It's cold in the starways tonight. Yes, it's cold in the starways tonight. And we need someone to save us. We need someone who's ready for a fight. Onward through the astral they do fly. Onward through the astral they do fly. While squidlings tend their trusty nautiloid. Pilgrims of the empires of starbound tyrants they offend. With flaming sword and staff and dart, they'll fight their way back to the heart of Oriel. By forces they do not know they are heard. By forces they do not know they are watched. Oh, the lonesome cry of eldritch beasts from Rock of Brawl to halt the ceaseless winter. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's cold in the starways tonight. Yes, it's cold in the starways tonight. We need someone to save us. We need someone who's ready for a fight. Onward through the astral they do fly. Onward through the astral they do fly. While squidlings tend their trusty nautiloid. Pilgrims of the wild space they defend. And empires of starbound.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Everybody's a Mimic. My name is Corey. I am your Dungeon Master. If you have not been joining us for a while, we are in space.
Hey, also, you cut out.
I cut out there.
You're in space.
Space. Yeah. It's been a while.
Well,
Messed up
Been
my
a long
microphone again.
while.
Yes, it has. I had a baby. If that's what y'all are wondering where we went.
Baby.
I had another baby.
Tell us your child's name.
No.
Okay.
Yes. It is
The beautiful baby, no.
the beautiful baby. No. Colin Presley is my child's name. He is a wonderful 2 months old now and measuring at about 15 pounds. He's a monster baby, just like Eloise was. Yeah.
Dang.
I know he's so big. He's like half the size of Eloise too. But still not measuring in the 99th percentile like she was. I think something is up with the Costco formula because it has produced some big growth in my kids.
I mean, everything is big with Costco.
Yeah, it's true. So
you will have bulk-sized children. You will have reasonably priced bulk children.
Forgot.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good point. Costco bulks everything, including your children. Buy Costco formula today. That That's a good tagline. I'm gonna pitch that to them, and I'm gonna work on Eloise's bodybuilding as well. Get like a really sculpted, ripped baby, and
You'll get that like baby Hercules.
yeah,
That 12-year-old with like 0% body fat and massive delts.
Oh my goodness.
Buy in bulk, Costco formula.
Buy and bulk.
As soon as he can consume solid food, just consistent diet of Costco hot dogs and rotisserie chickens.
Yeah, and whey
Chicken
protein.
bake. It's all about the chicken bake.
Chicken bake. And every time we go, he's gonna be snacking on the samples that they give out. All the samples, at least 6 times each.
At least like a third of my childhood nutrition was like Costco samples.
That's life. That's life there. Anyways, we are Everybody's a Mimic. Thank you for sitting through our Costco.
Hashtag not
we
sponsored.
are not sponsored by Costco, but if you want to, if there's a Costco exec listening, we can be sponsored by Costco.
Yeah, everything can be Costco brand.
I will sell out in a fucking heartbeat.
There's I'll sell out for Costco, honestly.
Costco
they
brand,
treat their
Dungeons and
people
Dragons
well.
dice.
Yeah, screw Arby's dice. We got Costco. You buy in
Head
bulk.
on to Costco, you buy 3,000 dice at once.
Jokes on them. That
if
would
you give me
sound
more
nice.
money, you can tell me all of the atrocious things you do as a company. Like whatever it takes.
Anything, yeah. We'll sell.
Listen, we're a pro-union show here.
Yeah, all
Not obvious.
all rations are Costco rotisserie chicken.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to bring in some rules on how long your rations last. Rotisserie chickens can get a good 2.5 weeks in the fridge.
All Beta does is smoke shit. It's just everything's like I'm just gonna smoke it over the fire every time.
Everything's a chicken jerky.
Everything is a chicken jerky.
Yeah, so we'll go.
Well, BJ must have loved
Sapient white
yesterday
moose
then.
jerky.
We are going to go around the table now, introduce ourselves. We are missing one of our players. Ben, he is not here with us. He plays our barbarian. Named Levi?
That's part of his character, yes. But he's so much more than that.
Yes. Levi. Anyway.
He's our Levi.
He's our Levi, yes. Besides that, he is also the only one who's been subjected to surgery. A brutal gut-wrenching surgery. Actually, technically 2 surgeries, if you count what the Yetis did to him.
Oh shit!
We would
2 brutal surgeries.
Hey,
at least
for the price of 1.
No anesthetics needed. Anesthesia. Yeah. Anywho.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he had anesthetics during the one in the cave. I think we gave him something, right? Right?
Pretty sure it was like Everclear.
I mean, he was
Moonshine.
like asleep. He was asleep. So,
Pretty
like, I'm assuming something did that.
Pretty sure passing out from pain does not count as anesthesia.
It's not. He was asleep before I cut into him, okay?
Anyways.
Anyway.
Rachel, why don't you introduce yourself? Well, yes.
Hi, I'm Rachel, whichever one, and I play Rosemary Bone Crusher and her horde of capybaras that are safely down on, I guess it's not Earth, but I guess on planet side, that who knows when we're gonna see again at this point. And I also play Bree Tealeaf, who may or may not show up, I guess. It's the ghost that's inhabiting Rosemary's body at times.
Yeah, Bree's attendance at the sessions is rather lax. In fact, she's probably the one who's missed most of the sessions. Well, you gotta get on that, Bree.
Well, she's dead.
That's no excuse for missing D&D. That's no excuse for missing D&D.
We need a necromancer to get her more sessions.
Get her out of you.
Yeah.
Alright, who's next?
You decide. You're in charge here.
You talked, so you go.
Hi, I'm Blake. I play Tansy, the Puffin, and occasionally her companion, Delnadre Miracos, Kalashtar Rogue.
Tansy is the most decorated of the two.
It's
Tansy
true.
has a cool sweater.
It's true. It's
Tansy.
literally got like gold filigree and has a
should-
monetary value.
Maybe we should get Dal a cool sweater, and then he'll feel maybe as cool as Tansy sometimes.
It'd be pretty hard. We could give him a diamond.
It's hard to be as cool as Tansy.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to be as cool as Tansy. Well, that leaves Carson. Carson, you're up.
Yes, I am Carson, and I play Bitte and Delnadre, everyone's favorite giant non-Yeti Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
Yeti Yeti.
Yeti 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 yeti.
I'm gonna make a soundbite for that. Yes. So, continuing on, just to recap last session, we went to space. We have joined the crew of the Moon Dancer under Captain Sartell, and we have already encountered and were in the process of engaging in our first ship-to-ship space battle, which is basically very similar to regular ship battles, except it is in space. And there's a lot better maneuverability, even though it maneuvers just like a ship does in water. Don't ask me why or how. We're not going to get into the logistics of that. But before we start off, we are going to go over a couple of house rules that we've decided to enact, kind of just fitting along with the themes and way I've been ruling on things in the past as a largely rule of cool DM that leans at least slightly towards rules intended. And it really just comes down to some of the stuff when with combat, initiative, with ship-to-ship combat, siege weapon attacks, and how we're going to be handling our combat rounds.
I can hear your wife making macaroons in the background.
Yes, if you hear that smack, that is meaning she's almost up to 3,500 macrons now.
Oh my gosh, good for her.
She'll have
Total or like recent?
In the past month.
In the
Damn.
month?
Yeah, she made her record right now is 36 dozen in 8 hours.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's
your wife is a beast, and she like just gave birth. I mean, not just, but like she has a newborn in the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can we get pics of her triceps after all that macaroon slamming? Like, can we get that in the chat?
Yeah, post wife arm pics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to get some of those like bodybuilding spray tan and like, get some good lighting on it. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
just dehydrate her for 12 hours. It'll be it'll go over really well with her and the baby.
To be honest,
yeah,
she has a problem with drinking water anyways, so she's always on the verge of dehydration. And
so she has that real good like muscle tone.
Exactly. Yeah.
The type they like starve Hugh Jackman for.
Nothing goes better with physical labor, a hot oven, and motherhood than dehydration.
Yes.
It's really chef's kiss.
It's a match made in somewhere
in the oven. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so talking about some of the stuff that we're going to have, largely just simplification and going along with the way we rule things in that first combat. So, which is last session, if you are following along with us. We are going to be kind of just taking feet measurements out of the way. Really became kind of crunchy in that last combat for myself, especially as I'm bad at math. And so we're basically going to generate things as either 3, 5, or 10 rounds. And ships are going to just generally come close together. As the Moon Dancer is one of the slower ships out there, the ability to outrun somebody who has kind of come upon you is pretty slack. I mean, pretty lax, pretty slim, and not going to be something we see very often. And so unless the ship is like really damaged, or you kind of like coming in on two ships already fighting, ultimately the Moon Dancer's kind of go-to method is going to be close the distance. So if you are starting pretty close, it's going to take 3 rounds to get to within boarding distance. If you're starting medium range, it's going to take about 5 rounds. And if you start at the very end, which is about 1,000 feet away, it's going to take about 10 rounds. It's about 100 feet per round. This is just going to make it pretty easy. We're going to be able to determine what stage we're starting at and move from there. There are a couple of ways that we can do that. We can extend it a bit past 10 rounds if the Moon Dancer wants to try to outpace or outrun while firing as they move away, but likelihood is that's not going to be what our character chooses to do very often, and it's definitely probably not going to be something that Sartell, a experienced Spelljammer captain, wants to do. So next up, ship weaponry. There's a lot online when it comes to rules as written, rules as intended, when it comes to a siege weapon. So it is technically an object, but Bitte's character is really skilled at shooting long range, as well as Delnadre has the ability to take a steady aim, really take the time you need, and these work with ranged weapons. Might not really work as written with a siege object, but we are going to count that you can utilize feats to affect the advantage and disadvantage of when firing a siege weapon, but you are not going to be able to affect the roll itself, the modifiers that are on there. The ballista will still always shoot just like a ballista does, even if we have a sharpshooter behind it. He won't be able to activate that -5 to hit, +10 damage attack, because ultimately, it's not Bitte's strength that's being played into the attack, but it is his skill as a sharpshooter that is helping them have better aim at long range. So, and then the only last thing is something that will come up likely in this session, but targeting opposing crew, because we're traveling at such long distances away from each other, and siege weapons aren't as accurate as, say, maybe a longbow or a firebolt. You're not really going to be able to target the opposing crew unless you're within the normal range of the weaponry, of the siege weapon. Never going to be able to target the crew, only the ship whenever you're attacking at long range. Our characters, of course, do have the ability, as always, that whenever they become into range of their own attacks, whether it's maybe even a spell sniper feat on top of a firebolt or fireball, they can target people like normally, as long as we go through the assumption that they can fire or that they can see the target they're shooting at. So, 2 more. When we are doing attack rolls, we're going to kind of just batch them up. That way 10 rounds doesn't just have 10, rolls back and forth and back and forth. Ships have quite a bit of health. You're not going to see any really huge damage or any ships, dying within the first 5 attacks. And so we'll be batching them as needed to roll multiple rolls at once and kind of just speed things up a little bit. You really want to get to the ability of sword swinging, not endless catapulting. And then the last thing, and this is something I kind of just decided on my own, reading a lot of things, is Spelljammers, and that is the character that is attuned with the spelljamming helm and controls the ship using its mind, is almost connected to the ship on a metaphysical level, especially here in Wild Space and in the Silver Sea. When the ship is into its last 4 health, every attack against the ship is going to trigger a concentration check against the Spelljammer. And so that means that as your ship takes more damage, you're going to basically take a little bit of a stun. Whether or not you lose a whole turn or if it interrupts your action, we'll play it by ear. But we are going to have it that you're going to lose control of the ship until you get the ability to regain it. And that could just take an action, just like most things. If you lose your concentration spell, it just takes an action to recast it. Or it could take longer if you're a bit more intense into the battle. So I know all of my players have provided their feedback on the Discord, but if you have any last minute comments, let's hear them.
I'm good.
Okay, good.
I dig it.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Okay, excellent.
You met all my criteria for not throwing a hissy fit. So.
Yeah, and it really comes down to it. It's like you made a good point. While the rules as written or intended kind of don't lean towards it, we're a lot more fun on this channel, and I didn't want to be getting too much into the grit of it all. And I will say I went the opposite way when I was first writing it out, and then as I went down it, I'm just like, this is just a lot, And as myself, I became like unhappy with the way I was going to be playing it, and so we're just going to go fun ways, but still keep it a bit more manageable. And so we're gonna kick things off, get right into it. We're gonna retcon a little bit of what we started with, where we were last session. We are still approaching, but it is getting closer and closer. You are about one turn away from boarding action, as Sartell tells the crew, the crew, "All right, boys, it's time to get ready. Leave the siege weapons. They aren't gonna be useful because we're gonna have some company." And she's going to jump away from whichever siege weapon that she was sitting at, whether it's the mangonel or the ballista. I'll let y'all decide where you are whenever we get to that map. And she is going to make her way down to the main deck. Now, as you all approach, you hear this booming and almost angelic, but it's a hauntingly angelic voice come out across the wild space. You can tell it's coming from the Star Moth, but no matter where you are, whether you're behind the mast of the ship or if you are in one of the cabins, you can hear it very clearly. "Attention, Moon Dancer. Surrender now under the order of the Zarxian Empire."
Should we do that?
I mean, don't think so. Also, I think technically, as of last session, I said I was transforming into a giant ape for the like person to person part of the battle, but I'm not sure how close we are to that.
We've kind of stepped back a little bit. I think at the last session I ended with them jumping onto your ship. Kind of just, This is one of those anime episodes where they do one thing and then the next episode starts like a little bit back. And so you still have some decisions. You're one turn away. We'll assume that I'm pretty sure all the siege weapons have fired, so it's kind of like we're at the end of this last turn, and we're going to be working our way into the next turn being your action to board. Now, as typical is with most spelljamming battles, your ships are going to kind of like briefly like pass. You're going to ready an action to jump over. It's not really like we come up, we stop, and we both let everyone jumps across. And so you're basically gonna get this next turn to ready your action, and then it's gonna trigger. Although we are going to have a quick initiative roll, and that's gonna help determine who's coming to whose ship, unless you decide you want them to jump onto your ship.
Question: if we decide to just like, as we pass, just like keep going and blow past them, could we like escape them that way because they have to turn around?
No, not really. They have 20 extra movement than y'all, and while maneuverability is very similar to like water ways, they'll be able to pretty much turn around and catch you within a turn.
Okay.
And at the same time, I guess the thing is they're many people like the common practice to ready, and I'm saying this in like D&D terms, but think about it in the way it plays out thematically, is that you ready your action and then you kind of jump across. So even if we blew past them, they're still going to come over, or we're still going to go over to their ship. But I guess the point is that you might also be making is our ships are not going to stay right next to each other. They are going to distance themselves a little bit and allow them to have a bit of space so that their siege weaponry can attack each other. Although I should say one last thing, there is always the option to crash into the Star Moth. That is something you'd have to talk to Flapjack about.
I mean, a little irresponsible, but I don't know. Just crash our ship into their ship in the middle of the cosmos.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There's rules and everything for it. We can. That is something that does happen quite often. I don't think the Star Moth. Double check, but I don't think they have any kind of ramming weaponry or tools. Although they do have a pretty pointed bow. So yeah. It's generally
Much easier to just kill them all.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. That always is a much easier plan. Why talk to them when we can just kill them?
Yeah, no.
This is Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not playing Crusader Kings. I'm not negotiating with an enemy, forming treaties. I roll dice to attack.
These fucks has something to do with watching our world encased in tearing thorns. And Beta will probably bellow out as loud and hard as he can. Let me think. We can still like see Toro, right?
Yeah, it's in the background.
Yeah, so Beta's going to point with a dart from where he's standing. I think we were all kind of gathered near the front by the ballista.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to point with a dart at Toril and call out, "That is my home and the home of my family. And you will all die unless you tell me how to get them back." And means it.
Means it. I like it. You have a pretty deep voice. I like that. I like it.
No, for the sake of everyone, I wasn't actually. But I actually, fun fact, I yell real good. I got loss of volume.
Loss of volume. Yeah.
Loss of volume.
Sartell, looking at the group, seeing that you are all ready and willing to assist her in her attempts to defend the Moon Dancer, shouts back at the booming voice from the Star Moth, "Fat chance in Arwen!" And she gets into this ready stance. She kind of like taps the deck 3 times, and she looks to the group and says, "Prepare themselves." She cannot understand. I cannot stick on an accent for her. Gosh. Okay.
Now, as a quick point of clarification, like, are we going to like be close for a turn and then zoom by, or are the ships just kind of gonna stay? Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna stay.
Okay, so as a ranged character, Beta can't just like chill.
You could. They're gonna stay within a pretty close distance. So while I'm not gonna get into the gist of it all, you're going to be within range of your normal weapon. Well, actually, what's the range of dart?
Third, or I guess when he uses them, 60.
60. That's the long range, right?
It's 30 and 60.
30 and 60. Yeah, long range.
I mean, Beta likes to be within 30, so that's all that matters.
I'd say yeah. You know, in my mind, I imagine the ships are going to kind of be circling around. Now, I guess the point is you don't have to get onto their ship. You can ready and wait for them to come to your ship. That's kind of, I guess my next question is going to be, do y'all want to jump and board their ship, or do you want to let them board your ship and fight here?
We all have our
kind of forget
agendas.
with the time since our last session. We did just watch our entire world blow up. Yeah.
Big plant sprouted out of it, I think, right?
Yeah, not blow up. Just giant crystal vines are now kind of speckled across the whole thing. Yeah. It's not blown up though. It's still there.
The slod egg
there's
is
just a lot
starting
of-
to hatch, but we need to get it out. I
Right,
think.
right. Yeah. You know, it's like this is the beginning when the weeds have made that little tiny bush, right? They're not like the 4-foot tall weed overgrowth that has completely destroyed your lawn. We're still in the beginning stages. You just have no idea how you're going to stop it because it is giant city-sized vines rampaging across the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no thoughts. Levi jumps across and boards the other ship.
No thoughts. Levi
Yeah.
jumps across. Love it.
Yeah, no thoughts, head empty, big mad, world blown up in space. Rosemary turns into a giant ape, gives a battle cry, and jumps across as well.
Okay, so it sounds like
Pizza's going to murmur people.
Levi offers the giant ape a fist bump as they jump across the gap.
Okay, so murmuring people, like
Murder.
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 Okay, I heard murmur and I'm like,
Yeah, I
you
said
gonna whisper
murmur.
to? Okay.
Someone. One of the people I've been hanging out with says murmur instead of murder as a joke, not like they can't pronounce it.
I love it.
But
I love it. I mean, I was honestly when in my mind I was thinking, did he get some new power where he can like whisper and kill people? Did Bitte turn one level into Bard? What is happening here?
whisper kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
I take on phrases very easily. It's the same thing as like if I'm hanging around a lot of folks with accents, I will assume the accent.
Mm.
It's like a weird little like empathetic reflex.
I get that. When I talk to my father-in-law, I talk very similar to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's roll some initiative here. Let's go over to the other map that we have prepared. I just threw together. Now, please bear with me here. Please put tokens on the deck. Now, if you were planning on kind of like swinging over from the from like maybe the deck where the mangonel is, which is on this left side, one level up, and then on this right side where the front of the ship is going to be the ballista. If you wanted to swing over like a pirate, that is also possible. Just note that you're not at the same level, you're a one step above. But at this time, nobody's going to be in these little rooms. You're either on the main deck or you're on the top of one of the front or back decks. What's the nautical term for the prow and the
Stern.
Okay.
Fore and aft.
Fore and aft. Got it.
Starboard and port side.
Yes.
Poop deck.
I'm gonna need a.
There's the
cheat
front
sheet.
bits and the rudder.
Yeah. I know
I'm
mast
so small.
and deck. Yes. Yeah. What is going on with your character here?
You know.
What is happening? Make this guy bigger. So everyone, just throw your characters down over here.
I'm a tiny boy.
Oh my gosh. So at this time, you guys do not have enough. Oh, is it not lined up?
You know what? I'm gonna be more like here.
Oh, it's not lined up because it's lined up with the other ship. Okay, that's fine. Nice. And correct me if I'm wrong, is a gorilla an ape a large creature for you, Rosemary?
Giant ape, huge beast. Let's see.
Huge is
Giant ape? Is it
Huge.
giant ape or ape?
Is huge is this big?
Let
right?
me double check because I.
Huge is.
Oh yeah, no. This
three by
is
three.
yeah. I should do a regular ape. Sorry.
Okay. I mean, yeah, just this like massive jumps over and just tilts the
It's
whole star moth.
Like giant spider versus giant wolf spider thing again. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
challenge 1/2. I'm a regular ape. I'm a medium beast.
Gotcha. Oh, medium. Okay, so then you're just a regular guy. Okay,
I'm a regular guy.
regular guy. There we go.
Regular
You're
guy.
a close
Regular
huge
guy.
beast to me, fam.
All right. So yeah, if y'all want to roll initiative, I'll roll some initiative for the others.
Alright. I have advantage. I will take the 21 over
God.
the 2.
Yeah, it's like you have advantage, but it doesn't seem like you. There we go. Roll. Roll. Roll.
Yes, I will be at the Stern Castle. I will be between the Stern Castle and the Forecastle.
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 Oh, is that how it works?
It is for some reason.
Woo!
And that, like, it was pointed at someone. For some reason, someone decided to make it pronounced like that.
This is a dig at ship people everywhere. I'm calling you out.
Yeah,
Shit people.
to all the boatswains in the audience. Everyone
You are responsible
yeah.
for naming
Really
boat
stick
things,
it
fuck
to
you
'em.
in particular.
Just go back to sea. God.
How dare you?
How dare they?
Your wife didn't want to see you for 4 years while you were whaling, Greg.
Wow. Okay, that's going.
That's some harsh words.
Strong words from a strong man, Captain Insano. All right.
What'd I do? Get over here.
You did bad things.
I did bad
You
things.
should feel bad.
I did.
You should feel bad.
I should feel bad. I do feel bad. Okay. So, Bitte, let me add a turn for these and just make sure nobody's going to beat your initiative, because you're going to get the option to do whatever you want to do first, and they're going to get the option to do whatever they want to do. Okay, all the Hadozi are going to act together, but the Astral Elves will act individually. And
Wait, all of the what?
Hadozi?
I did not know what I heard. I needed
The monkey
clarification.
peoples.
Yes. The monkeys.
Man, the first time I saw them, it was a real doozy.
The monkey.
A dumb tis.
To be monkey.
Okay, so Uki, Ukho, and Ukcha are ready to go. So Bitte, you have first up. You're gonna be, as the ships kind of come close, you're making the first decision on which ship we're going to, because they're not gonna board our ship if you're already on their ship, and likewise, I don't think y'all are gonna jump onto their ship as they're jumping onto our ship. Although this could be.
I don't know. Have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean where like
but
they swing across and they end up on the wrong ship, and then they swing across again, and then they get confused?
Yeah, this is not
split the party.
Not going to be one of those things, and you are most definitely welcome to split the party. I'm just saying, what you do is going to kind of have a big decision on what they do. So if you chose to attack with a ranged weapon, that kind of puts the ball back into their court. Once again, though, your choice. Your turn, Bitte.
Bitte is fucking jumping. Bitte is screaming and flying through the air with reckless abandon and blossoming hatred in his eyes.
All right, wonderful. So you're actually going to land. So I guess you have a couple of options. So you're going to try to land. The only open part of their deck is where they all are standing. Now you can definitely swing out and try to grab onto the side of the Star Moth.
Can he try and land like on the prow?
Yes, you can basically like think of it as like you're going to be able to jump and place yourself wherever you want, because you're jumping as it's moving, and then these ships are going to pass away. I'm not going to have two maps where this is kind of like really spread out. These are still going to fit here, but they are. I'm going to put some markers on here on how far away exactly they're going to be, like whether or not this turn they're 30 feet away or they're 60 feet away. They're going to be kind of generally in that range. Within one turn, there's always the ability for them to come closer and for you to jump back over.
Okay. And Bitte will have recast Zephyr's Strike.
Okay.
Like that. Okay. Yeah, so is he able to land there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Beta is going to let loose 2. He will bonus action do his thingity thing, and will let loose 2 sharpshooter attacks on. I take it these are the elves.
Yes.
These ones, like
the ones in the middle are the elves. Yes. So before you.
Yeah. So he's gonna let loose 2 sharpshooter attacks on the closest elf. So we've got Planar Warrior, not Zephyr Strike, and 2 dart attacks. A 15 and an 18 to hit.
Okay. So I'm gonna just do a second of a little bit of description here for them, and then I'm going to kick right into those things. So the Astral Elves kind of have this like reddish vibe. All of the warriors wear this full face mask. You can't see their expressions. You can't even see their eyes. There's this like black mesh that kind of covers their eyes, and then it kind of goes down to V into their face. They have this nice regal looking crown as part of their helm, and they all are carrying some long swords as well as a long bow. They have kind of what looks to be either leather or some sort of form-fitting material as their armor. It looks pretty flexible, along with being rather defensive. Almost like plate, but not quite the whole way. A good mix between like carbon fiber would be a good example there. They kind of stand at the ready. You could tell as you were leaping over that they had plans to jump over to your ship, but very quickly shifted their defensive positions, and all 6 of them are now facing you down, arms up, swords at the ready. 2 of them have longbows ready to go. Your darts, empowered by your Zephyr Strikes, pierce through the air bubble, whip right at them. You targeted this one that was right here?
Yes, and the second attack would be... Actually, hang on, let me double check the wording on... or not Zephyr Strike, for the Planar Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's designating a creature, so it's the next time you hit that creature. Okay, so it's all force damage, and it does include that damage. Okay. Cool.
So the first one doesn't get the
first
force.
One doesn't hit.
The first one does or doesn't get?
No, sorry. So does the first one hit?
Is it
the first one that
It's
hits?
a 15.
It's a 15 to hit. Yes.
That one does not hit.
Okay, so then that doesn't matter. So what hits that guy? I assume an 18 hits.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he gets the full thing. So if the first one had hit, I would have just knocked the 3 for Planar Warrior off.
Right.
But so instead he takes 21 points of force damage.
Okay.
And Beta will move up into his space and draw a hand axe.
Okay. Bold choice. But well done. Your first one kind of throws through the air, and he just kind of like dodges it, but in his attempts to dodge the first dart, he kind of walks right into that second one and gets impaled. You can see now the dart has pierced through, and he begins to bleed as he has this massive weapon now sticking out of his body. He lets out this low, controlled hiss at you, and kind of drops his longbow and readies up his long sword as you have now entered his melee range. The next up, so we have the far warrior behind is going to kind of take a little bit of a back stance.
Actually, I suppose for fuddling purposes, I will have stayed that way, just because the amount of availability. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. All right. So the other the astral elf that's kind of on the outside, he's going to kind of shift a little bit. he sees that his team has a pretty good handle on what is happening here. You almost hear like a little bit of a hissy chuckle as he grabs his longbow and begins to take aim at some of your compatriots that are still readying themselves to jump over. All right, back up again, back into it. I love it.
Yeah, sorry.
So he's going to take a couple of attacks at your we're going to start with the big ape, because that seems to be a something that's going to draw their attention quickly. So let's do make 2 longbow attacks. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes.
Does a 10 hit you?
No.
All right. So he pulls back this longbow, and the arrow that he pulls is not a real arrow, or rather, it looked like an unassuming arrow. But as he pulls it back, it begins to shine this bright green radiance. The first one lets loose. It hits you square in the chest. 8 damage piercing, 15 damage radiant.
Ape anymore.
Oh.
My ape only has 19 HP,
Oh,
Corey.
no. Oh no. Well, the light elf sees that his attack is so effective, he is knocked off what he assumes now to be just a glamour that you had thrown up to intimidate him.
Now I'm small.
Now we have small Rosemary.
Shit, I deleted myself and it took me off the initiative.
It's okay, you were at the very end, so I can't make you bigger. We won't lose
it's okay, you're small and you're
Rosemary
at
Skull
the end of
Crusher.
you. Yeah, it didn't matter. All right, here we go.
Upon seeing this, Levi would call out, "Rose Monkey, are you okay?"
It's not my name.
Does the arrow
Yes,
stick?
you're
Eight's
okay.
worth of HP for 1 arrow.
Does the arrow stick in you when you shapeshift back? Like you shapeshift back and you just have an arrow inside you, or at least
I think I just still have an arrow in my shoulder.
like ow. Like I know like it does technically it's taken the damage, but I feel like shapeshift isn't the same as like polymorph, where like I feel like you really would have some kind of. Do you take any damage on Rosemary itself?
Yeah, any extra damage rolls over, so I took the 4 damage that rolled over.
Okay. Oh, my daughter is awake. Hello, daughter. You have a temporary tattoo that has been on there far longer than it needs to be. Yeah, it's Sky. You want to say hello, internet? Can you say hello, internet? Can you say hello, internet? Nope. Okay, why don't you go to the top of the stair and call out for Lola. Say, where's Lola? Oh, she'll say that. She won't say hello to the internet, but she will say hello, Lola. Anyways, where was I? Now that you're back in Rosemary, I don't think a 10 would hit you.
AC is higher as myself than it was as a 8.
Okay, so that was a no.
No.
Okay, got it. All right. So the other arrow like flies past you and lodges itself in the mast right there behind you. Its radiance kind of lingers for a little bit before it dissipates again. Now we have the first Monkey. Uki, go on over, he says as he grabs one of this like a rope that has been just kind of like hung off of the little like tip from above the star moth and kind of just like jumps out swinging this way, and he's gonna actually swing all the way up onto the same level as the ballista that's right there on the front on the forecastle. We're
gonna say it wrong because fuck the shit people.
So forecastle. Got it.
Yeah.
That's the wrong way, right? Okay.
Faux recastle.
For recastle. For. Anyways, Hadozi kind of just is flying, and as he's like mid-air, as he's kind of like he swings out, and then he comes back in, and he's going to like jump up and he's gonna, as he's falling down, he's gonna shoot at. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna roll a d3 here. He has 3 targets. One of them is pretty enticing. I'm actually gonna roll a d4. One of them is super enticing.
This man's about to shoot Tansy.
He does not. He actually is gonna try to shoot Levi with his crossbow. Gonna shoot you with a light crossbow here. Does a 13 hit?
Absolutely not.
And then he kind of just like falls down and he goes, just like And if I'm not mistaken, the top of, let me just double check the map here because I want to know where he's gonna land. Let me go back to the map of the Moon Dancer. Does those? It does. Wonderful. Okay, so the where the ballista is, there is also a mast up there, and so he is going to attempt an acrobatics check to kind of hold on and grab onto it. Let me see here. Is he going to succeed? He's not efficient in acrobatics. Yeah, he's about like 5, we're gonna say 10 feet up, grabbing onto the side. These masts are made to be climbed, and so there's like pretty easy roping and stuff that he's kind of been able to grab onto, and he's just kind of like hanging out up there on top of it. So we're actually gonna shift him right over. God damn it, get out of the way! Right over here, and we're gonna end his turn. Okay. And as I mentioned, all the 3 Hadozis are going to be working together, and so the other ones are going to go and jump. One's going to jump right over here, and the other one's going to jump right over here. All right, so these are going to gang up on Rosemary, who they've already seen taken some damage, and they are going to try to pick on an easy prey here. Ukcha and Ukho.
Really quick, Corey. Was the map correct? Was that one Hadozi in melee range with Bitte?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
well done.
I'll leave it up to Bitte whether he would like to take his reaction to opportunity attack. But
yeah,
I would.
Yeah, good try. I mean, good catch there. Yeah, they are definitely leaving you guys because they do not want to be fighting with the crazy guy who jumped over. And so so you're gonna, that will hit, and he's gonna take 9. You get pretty injured there.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Eloise. You were supposed to go downstairs.
Push a button.
I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go and take her downstairs. I'll be right back.
Push a button.
all right.
Unacceptable. She's the DM now.
She is the DM. She chooses for us.
Let the child decide.
It just... Now I have to, like, reformat my entire battle plan because there's stuff and I'm not a monkey anymore. It's gonna be monkey versus monkey.
Delnadre, I think Levi is gonna hop across to help Beta, especially with the Astral Elf archers, to kind of pick them off before they can keep shooting at us over here. So if you want to stay and take on whatever jumps across with Rosemary, I think you'd be set.
Yeah, that was my plan, was to stay over here and deal with boarding crew members.
Perfect.
I have an idea that will hopefully help people on both ships, so we'll see how that goes.
Fantastic.
They start pulling through my spell list.
I have returned. Did anybody else take a break?
Nope.
No, I think we're all here.
Okay, good. So,
Yes.
Bitte, hand axe. Are you? It shows you're throwing it. Are you going to throw it, or is that just the?
No, it just reads that way.
Okay.
I took off my archery
Okay.
style.
Which is fine. Did you have?
Oh, actually,
did you
hang on.
want? Can you
Let me
make an attack of
double check.
opportunity attack if somebody's like left your range and you decide to then throw it at them?
No, so it's
Okay.
not thrown. It's a remnant from when I had the thrown weapon fighting style.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
I don't have that.
that anymore?
I don't have that additional modifier on there, so
Okay.
it's no issue.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just curious because that would have been pretty cool for you to throw a hand axe and then cut the string and then he floats off into space. But anywho,
I mean, flavor-wise, absolutely.
uh,
Did he just die?
what?
Is he floating off into space?
No, he's about to jump between one ship to the other. But like,
Okay.
if you wanted to, if you killed him, he would have floated off into space as you tried to jump over. But anyways, so you massive hand axe. Are you just kind of like, were you trying to like clip his legs? Were you going for his for the gliding
so,
little
like,
wings?
I imagine like as he jumps, Beta like kind of whirls and like behind his back, like keeps his shield up between himself and the elf, and like kind of striking back behind and out of his view, swings across like the back of one of his knees.
Okay.
With a hand axe.
Very nice. The Hadozi now taking that into factor, as he jumps over, he's gonna actually glide. They're basically sugar glider monkeys. He's gonna jump pretty high, gliding across, and he's gonna try to land on this far side over here. Flying right in between, and as he's flying over, we are going to have him fire down a crossbow at Rosemary. So he is going to fire. We have a whopping 9. That's not going to hit, but the other dozy is going to swing, and with 2 short sword attacks, 23 and a 23.
At me?
Yes.
Okay.
So you will take 9 and 8 for a total of 17.
Okay.
And that is the Hadozi's turn. So now we're moving on to the other Astral Elf. This is the one that is right in front of Bitte. He's already dropped his longbow. He pulls out his long sword, very similar to how the Astral Elf, readied the bow, and it began to glow this green radiance. He's going to take his longsword in both hands, and he's going to begin to kind of ready it for like a sideward slash, and it's already, you can see the green radiance come alive in the blade. 2 attacks. We have a 14 and a 9. Do either of those hit you?
Nope.
Kind of just a little bit of an X pattern across your shield there, leaves the radiant light just for a moment. Nothing that indicates it like it burned or it left any kind of marking, but it glowed just for a second there. And he's just gonna kind of get back into a defensive kind of battle stance as he sits there. The last one now is up. This the quote unquote captain. You can kind of tell he just looks a bit more regal, has a bit more accents on his shoulder pads. His weapon looks a little bit better. He is going to kind of he's gonna say something in. Does anybody here speak Elvish?
I do.
You do? Okay. You hear the captain mutter to one of his lieutenants, "Lieutenant, deal with this one. When you are finished, put him in the rig below." As he jumps across and is going to engage with Sartell over here. His boots thud against the deck. Longsword already in hand. Actually, nope. I'm going to cross that out. As he jumps across, he has his longbow in hand. He's going to fire two longbow attacks at Elena before he hits the ground. Pew pew, they go. Pew pew. Dun, 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 dun. So I got a 20 and a 16 against Sartell over here. The both of them are going to hit her. She's going to take 41 damage.
Bruh. You gonna kill your own NPC? It's like one hitter?
No, she's actually pretty good. She does go down to about a fourth of her life, so she's down to 24 health, down from 65. 2 arrows just kind of like both in her legs. These are well aimed shots, glowing ever so slightly after the attack. Elena just drops down to a knee, drops down to both knees, and is clutching her legs as she rips these arrows out in just this flourish, and you can see on her face she is not happy. She's biting through her pain. We'll pay for that, Light Elven trash. And Levi, it's your turn. Sorry, I called them a light elf. They are an astral elf. But actually, I'm going to go back and retcon my retcon. Light elf is an insult to them. There we go.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, Rosemary,
Racism.
one thing that I found on my character sheet, did you have your 10 temp HP up for Lathandar's Blessing?
Oh yeah, or isn't it 14?
I think it's 10 per day is what I've got.
That's also what I have.
I have a red bar on mine that says 14. Or no, my thing on my sheet says 10. I don't know what the fuck that 14 is though.
Maybe you hadn't gotten an extra temp HP at some point.
Does temp HP transfer to the shape change, or would it have stuck with Rosemary, and when it kind of transferred back over, she would have lost it there?
I think she would have lost the 10 temp HP. Well, I don't know. I don't know rules as written, but the way that I run it is the wild shape damage goes first, and then everything else bleeds into Rosemary, and that's when she would take the 4 damage on her temp HP.
Yes. Okay. That's what I'm kind of going with. Is like Rosemary's blessed, but the 8 switching gets its own block, and the temp HP wouldn't go over.
I do have how much temp HP?
Would have been 10.
You would have started with 10.
10. Okay, I'm gonna put 10, and just keep that for the next attack. Well, I can just add that onto my current HP.
Right.
Yeah, just heal back 10.
Cool. Nice. Thank you. I completely forgot about that.
I also did until I was like, why do I have 10 temp HP? And then I went to go look on my sheet, and I was like, oh yeah, this cool thing we did.
Okay.
All that time ago.
Yeah, so I guess this is a good point, because I don't think this has really come up. Rosemary, would you have preferred to keep your temp HP in 8 form?
Well, I have already gotten a different plan, so
okay.
we'll go with that.
Because it would have also changed. You probably would have gotten hit by a couple more attacks if you had kept the ape's AC. So
I would have lost the ape anyway.
Yeah, you probably would have ended up losing the ape, but you would have kept more health than Rosemary. But we're just gonna say going forward, temp HP would not transfer over to a wild shape. It'll stay with your Betty, and we can rule it case by case going forward. But it kind of makes sense as the god has blessed Rosemary, not some stinky ape.
Ape is Rosemary. But okay.
Not in the god's eyes. He's just like, what is this?
What the fuck is this?
Rejected.
I don't know her.
Bree takes over your body. Oh, no.
Bree doesn't get a blessing.
The dead can't be blessed. Actually, the dead can be blessed. Very much so. Anyways, Levi.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting as many of them to jump over as they did. I was planning to jump over, but now I don't want to leave our...
Nothing's saying you can't jump over.
Yeah, but I don't want both Beta and myself to be over there with 2 enemies and leave, a not so hot looking ship captain, I guess, and a Rosemary who already dropped Wild Shape, and a Delnadre who is scared.
Before that, would you like to roll perception to see, like, generally what you see on the Star Moth to help you kind of make a decision there? Or do you just want to focus your way to assist your friends?
Would I have to roll perception to, like, get an idea of what's around me, or, like, could I, like...
It's more of like you can't. You know what you can see right here. The perception check is going to give you a more of a strategic look at what the Star Moth has.
All right. Yeah, what is that gonna cost me a bonus action or an action or anything, or am I
Nah,
doing it
it's
for free?
just part of your, this is just me to help to give a bit more information than I forgot to give back before, as well as just to help prepare you for whatever decision you make, because I don't want you to not jump over and then be like, oh shoot, if I had known that, I would have totally jumped over.
Okay, yeah, I will make the perception check.
Okay.
14.
14. All right. So, as you all had saw when the Star Moth was engaging you with its siege weapons are located a little bit below. These little like bulbs here are almost little port sides. You do notice that there is about you see 3, but you can potentially see more. Hadozi are inside the ship, basically on in what you could call the battle deck, and they still have a ballista that they're currently trying to rearm and load and get ready to fire again. So if you're worried about like there's more people on our ship than their ship, there are definitely still people on their ship.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know.
In fact, you could probably jump through one of the portholes into that, but yeah.
That gun whale.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Repeat what you just said, Corey.
You could jump through the hole where they are. Where they have, I don't know. I mean, on a ship, is it possible to like slip through the cannon's little hole, or is it kind of like too small? Like it's just big enough to stick the weapon out.
On a
It depends on the size of the cannon.
The directional variance on a cannon is vastly different than it would be for a ballista, because a cannon needs to be on a track.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be on a track. Like you can aim, the variance in aiming you're able to do very minimal compared to you need to be able to swivel a ballista all around.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. It's a pretty big hole. It looks like it's at least 5, maybe somewhere between 5 to 10 feet to allow for that little swivel. I mean, it's definitely 10 feet wide if you assume this is the hole there. So definitely a possibility for you to jump through if you wish to do that, especially considering that you have the height advantage.
Yes. So in that case, Levi's gonna turn to Dell and sort of just clap him on the back, and just say, "Take care of our ship, and I'll handle the other side." And then he is going to his eyes begin to glow with that golden light that really only Rosemary has seen before. And he is going to use his radiant soul to sprout his golden wings, massive, like 8-foot wings on either side of his back. And he is going to dive across. Would you allow me to make like some sort of collision attack as I dive across?
I would. Okay, so if you want, so I guess play it out more because it may require a roll that you could potentially fail. So explain it a bit further.
Yeah, so technically activating my radiant soul takes my action. And I'm going to use my move action to close the gap and basically like fly across and then tuck my wings in and dive through the swivel hole, right?
Okay.
In an attempt to like smash into them and knock them down.
Okay. So I'm gonna require a roll, and here's gonna be the outcomes for your roll. And so you can decide whether or not you want to go with this, or if you just want to just kind of go in. Anyways, it's going to require an athletic check. If you succeed, I'm not gonna make it a pose or anything. It's really just gonna be whether or not I feel like it's good enough of a roll. If you succeed, you are going to be able to barrel in and knock down one of the Hadozi prone, and then you'll be standing in their place. If you fail, you are going to barrel in, not knock down the Hadozi, and you are going to be prone. So is that something you wish to take? Or you want to go with? I mean, it's your choice. And I'm not going to, it's not super hard. It's not going to be difficult. I don't want you to automatically fail this. You're a pretty strong guy too, so I wouldn't think it'd be terrible. But that's the options you have ahead of you. Do you want to take it?
I'm going to say that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay, wonderful. I'd like to hear that. Give me an athletics check.
All right, Athletics. Fuck me. This fucking dice bot. Every fucking time I want to do something cool,
God.
we take a month-long break and I forget about it, and then I come back and I literally want to die. It's fine. I already said I would do it. I fucking tried it and it didn't fucking work.
Okay, so let me bring in this battle deck map now. Okay, so this is where you're gonna be. We're gonna put the guys. So yeah, put yourself. So you're coming in through. Put yourself in one of these back rows. Okay. All right. So the Hadozi see you barrel through. They step out of the way, and you just go in, crash against the back wall, and you are prone on the ground. They all almost immediately pull their crossbows out, and that will be. Do you have anything else you can do on your turn?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna bonus action rage. Thanks.
Okay.
Do you wanna?
Do you want to action surge and stand back up? Does action surge give you more movement? I don't think it does it?
I don't think
it doesn't.
So.
But I think I think I spent all my movement to get across.
I know, but if you action surged and then basically assumed that you could, I mean, I guess I would say if you, no, I might open myself up.
I don't know how much what the actual distance between them, because it's not like the distance between these ships as they are right now, right? Like they were
right,
like skimming along close to each
right,
other.
But it does take all your movement to stand up, doesn't it? Or half?
Half.
It takes half.
Okay. All right. Let's figure that out. So you were diving across. You're on the very far end. So you're probably. It's all within 6 seconds. So, what's your movement?
I have 30-foot fly speed, and it's the same as my walking speed.
Okay. So if we are to assume it is just this far, yeah. No. I mean, I'd say that's a pretty good estimation. Between 30 and 60 was going to be where I have the ships, kind of settling themselves. So, yeah.
Okay, so the ships are 30 feet apart. They're not close together.
They are 30 feet apart. Yes.
So Beta jumped like 30 feet.
Sorry,
they're all jumping like 30 feet.
No. My apologies. They are not 30 feet apart. They will be 30 feet apart when they kind of return back to their like rotating itself. When they get closer, it said it in here. Give me just a second. Oh my gosh, I have too many books open. Pause momentarily as I find the right book that has the rules for jumping across boarding ships. Boarding within 5 feet. Okay, so yeah, no. So if we assume it's 5 feet from ship to ship, so you basically jumped 5 feet across, and then you moved 15 feet. I'll give it to you. If you wish to stand back up.
Oh, fuck. I would love to stand up. That would be so nice.
You already have enough people here that are going to just rock your world.
Yeah, so here's what I'm imagining. Right? He dives through the porthole where they've got the ballista and misses the guy that he was trying to tackle and just sort of rolls back to his feet and turns around. He's got his greatsword drawn and he just swells up in size. The veins on his arms pop as he rages, and he just smiles at the 6 Hadozis in front of him. And basically. And he puts his other thumbs up and he just goes, "I am here."
Question: did you have your greatsword already drawn as you flew across?
Yeah, I said,
Okay.
The second that the ship started coming together, he would have drawn it.
Okay. Would you accept that your sword has clattered onto the ground as you flew through?
If you're not going to allow me to keep possession of it and then like roll and stand with it, then that's up to you. You're the DM. As a failure for my athletics check, I would understand.
Okay. Your great sword is between you and the 6 Hadozi standing right in front of you on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's one of those moments where like he lands, rolls, and then everybody looks at the sword and then looks at each other's, and he just like narrows his eyes, and then we'll see what the fuck happens next. I guess.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. All right, Delnadre.
Also, a reminder
Alright.
that I got dropped off of the initiative tracker.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
you were going to be
gonna
happening
happen-
after Elena.
Yeah. But yeah,
Wait.
go ahead.
Let me add you back on there. Delnadre.
As a bonus action, I will take steady aim against this monkey and fire my short bow at him with advantage.
Oh my god,
Jesus
what is...
Christ.
Are you in a racetrack?
Does a 21 strike the Hadozi?
It does, yes.
All right, he
Holy...
takes 18 piercing damage.
Okay, yeah. You shoot him. Yeah, he just kind of like, he falls limp. His leg gets stuck in the in where he had grabbed on, because he has little, they have hands for feet. His hands. Oh, I'm gonna mute you for a moment, Carson. His hands kind of got, his feet hands got stuck in the roping, and he just kind of slumps down, and he's dead.
Excellent.
You hear the cries of his compatriots. Ooh, ooga! That's his name. They're not making monkey sounds. That's just his name.
Uka? Is his
Ukcha.
name?
Ukcha.
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 Ukacha.
Ukcha.
Uga,
Every time.
chaka, uga, uga. I can't stop this feeling.
All right. Delnadre, anything else?
Nope, that's it for me. But Tamsi is gonna go swooping after Levi, and she's gonna fly through the flight deck.
Okay.
On her way, she's just gonna scratch this monkey in the face with her little talon claws.
Okay.
Taking the help action.
Ah, okay.
And distracting him as she then just continues flying. Let's see.
Like back on through?
Yeah, she's going to go out there.
Okay. Is she doing any attempts to like get out of their attack range as she's flying through?
She's making use of her flyby feat.
Okay, good. I was just like, seemed like got it. Okay, good. I was like, that seems like something you wouldn't do, but I want to make sure, and thank you for reminding me. All right, so yeah, so actually Tansy has to fly out the other porthole, so she has to go back that way.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. These are the portholes. Gotcha.
There is, however, a door. Oh, Levi, it's not really pictured well on the map that I just stole from it, but there is a door behind you if you ever wish to like run away. Tactical retreat, as Levi would say. But there is definitely a door right behind you.
That is something he would say when he's not raging.
Rage.
Yeah, raging brain sort of blocks tactical ideas.
Rage.
This is your brain. This is your brain on rage.
Headbutts the door and just runs down. Rage.
Everybody is angry.
All right. Elena is really angry. She is just, one, the insult that somebody would be able to jump onto her ship. Two, these damn light elves making it so difficult for her to just do her piracy. I mean, her legitimate business. And three, does not like getting shot with arrows. And so she's gonna pull out. She had those two arrows. She drops them, grabs her scimitar from her little sheath. As she's unsheathing it, she's gonna make a side slash to just kind of to cut the guys at his knee. I hit a 23, so that's gonna be one hit. Then she's gonna make another attack, kind of bringing it back around the other way. A 17 is gonna hit for another 7 damage. And finally, she has a dagger in her offhand. She's gonna try to stab and leave it in the guy. And she is going to hit with a 21 for 4 more damage. Really need to take these off Whisper. So a total of 18 damage going to the captain. Yo, son of a bitch, come onto my damn moon dancer, she says as she slices and dices him. And we are back over to Rosemary. Rosemary.
Back. It's my first turn. Rosemary just saw her planet get taken over by vines, and she was angry ape and got knocked right out of that, and she's still very angry. And so this place where Levi is, can I see that at all?
Because we're still on the first turn, not necessarily. Well, yes, you could see it. It wouldn't be the angle of seeing Levi because of kind of how you are and how the ships are. You can get over there if you'd like to kind of jump into there. Very similar.
I mean, I saw that Levi went in there.
Yes, and you can see Hadozi from the porthole itself.
Okay. I am going to alright, what's the best way to do this? Okay. I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals. And I'm gonna do 8 beasts of challenge rating 1/4 or lower.
Okay.
If I can, I'd like to choose wolves.
Is it up to Demon's discretion, or is it something you can choose? You have summoned wolves before, I believe.
Rules as written doesn't specify but there's been like commentary that it's the DM that chooses. But honestly, that seems.
Yeah, it says the DM has the creature statistics, but
you want 8?
Summon Fey Spirits. I would like 8 of challenge rating 1/4 or lower.
Okay. I'm not going to give you wolves because I want to say that what I'm going to give you is better. Okay? Okay. You summon 8 space hamsters.
Do space hamsters have pack tactics?
Oh, they don't, but they have the ability to go for the eye, where they can blind somebody for a turn.
Okay, sure. I was gonna try to put 2 up here, because it doesn't say that they all need to be in the same space. It just says they appear in unoccupied spaces that you can see within range. So if I can see in where Levi is,
yes,
I'd like to put 2 in there with him, 2 up here. Actually, let's do 3 up here, 2 in there, and then let's see, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do a 3 on here.
Heck are the hamsters?
I'm so excited to see the space hamsters.
What? How can I have everything, but I don't have a hamster? Okay, now this is wrong.
Are they capybaras?
I was gonna say I was hoping for some spectral Fey capybaras with pack tactics.
Is a capybara what did we? There's no space hamster. Ah.
Because the thing about wolves is that they have pack tactics,
okay,
and they have you must succeed on a DC strength save or be knocked prone after they attack you.
Well, I thought it was going to be easier to pull space hamsters, but they don't give me. They give me a block, but they don't give it into the Roll20. So we're gonna go with wolves, which I also don't have anything for, but it's a lot easier to find something for a wolf. So we are going.
Yeah, I can send you the Roll20 for a wolf at least. I'm just gonna drop that in our Discord real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't really see how many are in there with Levi, but I want to put 2 in there with him so that they can help each other out. 3 on deck, because I'm assuming more dudes are going to come out here, and also I want to protect Bitte, and then, yeah, the last 3 on here to help, just in case more come over here.
Give me a memento. Okay. I have this wolf. You wanted 3 on deck. Basically,
yeah,
1.
3 on deck.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
you wanted 3 on bottom.
I wanted 2 on bottom and 3 on our ship.
Okay.
Because I can summon up to 8.
Does it specify how far away they have to be from you at all?
They have to be within 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay, so would you like 2 on where Delnadre are, or down here on the... I'm sorry, that'd be 3 more down here where Elena and you are.
Let's do 2 down here where we are, and then 1 maybe between this monkey and Delnadre.
Okay.
So as to, like, pass that to get to him.
Alright. And they're just going to act after your turn, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. They are friendly to you and your companions. Roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group. So
Okay.
let's see. Their thing is +2, so that's gonna be the same as my initiative for the animal. 17. They rolled better than I did.
Oof.
Nice. So they get to go.
And they obey verbal commands that you issue to them, no action required by you. So I'm going to command them, attack the space pirates. Or space, attack our enemies.
There you go.
Attack our enemies. There we go.
Attack the space
I think
pirates.
technically
They all
we
jump
are the
on.
space pirates.
They all jump on Elena.
They all jump on Elena.
What are you doing? Okay. Yeah. Well done. That's definitely going to turn the tide of battle. So these big black or white, what color? I have them as black, but you know.
Well, they are technically like fey creatures, so I kind of like, because we can't have space hamsters, unfortunately. I like just for flair, have them be like kind of like black with like glittering fur, so it kind of looks like they're made up of like the night sky.
Boom. Love it. They look like a galaxy, just a very subtle galaxy within their fur. Almost like their skin has that black, like shiny starness, but their fur is still black as the void. Yep. So yeah, they all are just kind of like up here, almost like they're just hopping out of the warp, and teeth bared, they're just growling at everything. They've taken up good positions around their enemies. The feeling of what's happening in the battle deck where Levi has kind of shifted a little bit as these 2 wolves have just kind of like appeared out of nowhere and almost even the score there with Levi. So well done.
And then as a bonus action, because that was an action.
Mhm.
Oh wait, no, Flame Blade is also concentration, so I can't do that. JK, on my bonus actions, I guess have Healing Word. Is anyone else hurt?
Elena
I'm the only one who's hurt. Oh, I guess I'll do a Healing Word on Elena.
Woo.
Have a fucking D4.
Oh.
Wait, but plus my modifier, so a D4 plus 6.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
You get 9 HP back.
Okay. All right, she's up to 33. Back up to just a bit over half health. Actually, just a bit under half health. Anywho, well done. Anything else? Do you want to move anywhere?
I can't without getting an attack of opportunity from this monkey guy, so I guess I'm just gonna stay here and I'm gonna bare my teeth at him and growl and snarl like my wolves.
Teeth are bared. All right, Bitte, we're back up to you. Lots have happened since you jumped on over. The battles have been set. Now, on this turn, the ships are beginning to shift away. All right, they're almost like, it's kind of hard to say it, but they're circling each other. But in their turn, they're also like turning, so that at all in every turn, all of the ship's weapons have an ability to attack the other ship. So both ballistas will have the ability to attack the Moon Dancer, should that be something they wish to do.
Gotcha. Alright. So, Beta is going to... when the elf is distracted and looks off to the side to see the wolves that have appeared around him, Beta is going to drop his hand axe, dip low, and pick up pick up in his free hand the elf's longbow, and is going to do like a vault handspring kind of thing over the nearest wolf, and off to here.
Okay.
Here, and as he's making a spinning motion, he's going to yeet. He's going to yeet the elf's longbow off the side of the ship, and then vault into the air and let loose 2 more darts at sharpshooter.
Lieutenant, was there Zephyr Strike doesn't provoke top opportunity attacks, correct? Is that how you're diving around without taking one? Or
yeah,
okay,
yeah, that's where. So he's got this shimmery enhanced, like it's kind of what happens when he uses his planar warrior deal on his weapons, but it's like a subtler version across his whole body. So he's like phasing a little bit at his edges and moving with uncanny swiftness for one so large.
Okay.
I assume a 21 will hit. Will a 16 hit?
Both will hit, yes.
Okay, so on the first attack, he will sling down, dealing 19 damage as he puts one of his broad-headed darts through this fucker's stomach.
Oof.
Is he still alive?
He is, yes. You attacked him the first time, right? It wasn't the other one.
Yes.
It was that guy. Okay.
Yeah, so he took 21 the first time.
Okay, gotcha. So that means he's up to 40. Yes, he still has a good chunk of health left. Not too much,
okay, though. Then the second attack will go as well, dealing 17 damage.
And that...
I rolled a 2 on the planar warrior, which is getting mixed.
Okay, 17? Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, he is down to he's down to 1 health as he both of these darts now sticking out of his leg and his gut. He's going to drop his weapon and he's gonna drop his weapon and put his arms up as he surrenders.
When he does, Beta will slowly turn to the remaining elf, shift into this space, and say, "Sick 'em, boys."
Shit. And is that at the wolf to attack the one that's barely dead or barely alive?
And yeah, that's him saying. I mean, they don't necessarily respond to him particularly.
Right. I'm just making sure.
He wants them to rip this motherfucker to death.
Okay, good. All right, that's what I'm making sure, because I don't know if you were saying sick and boys to get the other ones. Okay, got it.
If Rosemary would have different priorities.
No,
I already have them attacking our enemies, so I'm sure they'll do that.
All right, Rosemary, do you want to roll 2 attacks with advantage? Looks like a +4.
Yeah, so I just adjusted my bites, so at advantage, bite, and a bite.
All right,
24.
Both, so the second one hits, and describe the death from a wolf's point of view.
Yeah, I think Bitte just says, "Sick 'em, boys," and the wolves just turn to him. It's kind of like, you know, like the end of Lion King when the hyenas tear apart Scar.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, they just fucking go ham.
Just go ham. All right, they start ripping apart the astral elf, kind of biting into him, taking apart his armor, just going to town. Then they both look back up and turn towards the last astral elf, who had been facing outwards, but has now shifted his attention to the 3 wolves and big giant Yeti man that is on his battle deck. And he looks at each other and he hisses. His long sword is back into his arms. Now, there's a 3rd wolf there, and then we'll get on to the other wolves. So if you'd like to roll another
I will only be accepting 1 surrender today.
It's a 15, and it is
15.
also an advantage because the pack tactics is as long as they're 5 feet from an ally.
Yep. Mhm.
So Bitte counts as an ally.
All
So
right.
15.
It was deliberate.
15, and then he needs to
9
make.
piercing, and he needs to be DC 11 or be knocked prone.
Okay. All right. Let me pull his sheet
Ignore the bite things. I adjusted it apparently from some other.
from the wolf spider.
Yeah, the wolf spider, I think.
Well, what is happening? Okay, there it is. All right. So, strength throw. He gets a 9, so he is not going to succeed there.
So he is knocked prone.
All right. So he gets knocked prone, takes 9 damage, and he's down, kind of just hissing and just laying out insults in Elvish, talking about how and this is Delnadre being able to pick up this later if he wishes, just kind of shouting almost in his hissing voice about how the Zarxian Empire will not let this stand. The death of his of Jalen will not go unpunished. You will suffer the same fate as those pitiful planetlings below. All right, so let's move on to the other wolves. Rosemary, let's deal with the wolves that we have here on deck. Please coordinate for me, and I will move them as they where they wish to go.
Yeah, let's have this guy scooch in here so they can both get advantage on our respective dude. Have him attack this one here and this one there.
All right.
So we'll do
2 more bites.
let's see, two more bites at advantage.
Good and good.
16 and 17.
The both are gonna hit. We got 6 going towards the Hadozi. And
they
7.
both need to make strength saving throws.
All right. Give me one moment. So we got a 18, and then we have a 21. So they are both good there.
Cool.
Okay, and then we have the 2. Oh, sorry. Then we have this other one that's over here.
Yeah, that one. I think he's just gonna come up to this guy.
Okay.
Can he
run over, lunging as he goes to bite?
Yeah, and he doesn't get advantage, but he will bite anyway.
It's going to. That is going to miss. So the Hadozi are kind of equipped very similar to the light elves, not in the same kind of quality or regalness and nobility or good looking armor, but definitely the same effectiveness. And
no worries.
Yep. All right. So now we're back down to the bottom, and what are you gonna do there?
Yeah, let's have this guy move in a little bit so that this guy can move up, and
okay,
maybe they both attack this middle dude.
Yeah, sounds good. So they're gonna kind of focus on this crew right here on the right when it comes to attacking. So let's attack that middle dude with one of them, and then we'll that first one will hit, and the second one will hit as well.
So does he succeed on his first strength save? Because I think if he's prone, it auto crits, right?
I think it's. I'll have to double check on that. Just 1 second. He is not going to succeed on his strength throw.
So he's prone when the second one hits. So let's see.
I want to say it was just advantage when attacking, but I may be. I'm thinking paralyzed is auto crits, but let's double check. Prone.
Correct. Prone is not auto crits. It's just advantage on melee attacks.
Yeah, paralyzed is auto crits. Prone is advantage on melee attacks within 5 feet. Restrained is advantage on all attacks.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, he takes 4 plus 6. He takes 10 total damage.
10 damage. Okay. So he's definitely he's being bit from the back, being bit from the front. He drops his weapons and he surrenders. Nope. I didn't sign up for this, he says. I surrender. He puts his arms up and he is looking with very pleading eyes at the wolves, as well as at Levi, who he hopes will be able to tell them to stand down.
Yeah, I'm not in there, so I don't know. I don't know what the wolves are gonna do with that. I told them to attack our enemies. I can't I can't jurisdict on something I can't see.
All right, so Xanth is going to sorry, the lieutenant here in front of Bitte, longsword in a two-handed attack. He's going to He is going to he's going to attack the wolf first, trying to get that thing out of the way. So let's do one swing at the wolf. Does a 4 fail? He'll swing again at the wolf. Okay, that should kill it.
Oh yeah, that wolf is dead.
That wolf is dead. Excellent. Attacks the wolf, extends it into like this burst of little, like a mini galaxy as it just disappears, and then he's going to.
It's a fey creature, so it just dissolves into star stuff.
All right, so then he's gonna look at Bitte. He's gonna kind of like peer over the edge, and he's going to. I'm gonna make a roll for him here. He's gonna back away, so he's gonna kind of step out here on the edge. Ooh. Sorry, 1 second. I don't want him to get. He's gonna get too close to that other one.
Is this guy still up, or did he die last round?
Which one? Oh, the one over here? He dead. Sorry.
Okay.
He should be dead. Okay, he's definitely moving away from you, Bitte, so roll me an attack of opportunity if you wish to make one.
Yeah, so Beta used his object interaction to sling the thing over, so he does not have anything in his hands, but he will absolutely fucking throw a punch.
Yeah.
As is his right. So I'm gonna use just a regular attack roll for the roll. Ignore the -3. It's a 24 to hit, and he is going to utilize his Zephyr Strike to deal an extra D8. So it'll be 1 + 4 + a D8. So D8 + 5 for 13 damage.
Okay. 13 damage. So he's going to take that 13 damage there as he... Damn. 13 damage from a punch?
Yeah. Because I used my Zephyr Strike.
Oh, okay. Because you hadn't used your Zephyr Strike before now.
Let me double check just for the sake that it's not...
That doesn't require a weapon.
Once before you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack roll. Oh, it says on your turn. This is not technically my turn.
Okay.
So you could just say 5.
Okay. All right. 5. So 44. Yeah. So he's gonna kind of like jump off, and as he hits that middle gravity plane, something you all really haven't had this experience with, he's gonna jump off, turn around, kind of like fall flat, but he's gonna hit this middle plane of his ship, and he's gonna be able to just kind of walk along the edge of it. And so he's going to try to crawl himself into this, over here, into the porthole down here. Yep. Gonna get away from you. And now we're over to the Hadozi's turn, and you are not on here. So we have 6 Hadozi in here. So the 3 over here are definitely going to abandon their ballista attacks, not going to focus on anything besides the people that are here inside. So let's start with these ones here on the right. They're going to focus on these wolves. So we have this one going to the further out, the wolf that's right there in the middle. And then we're going to go to the further out wolf first. So 2 short attacks. What's the AC of the wolf?
Wolf's AC is 13.
13. All right, so 1 for 5. How much health do they have?
They have 11 health.
Okay, so that one's still alive. Let's do this again for the next Hadozi. Still alive. We have the last Hadozi on that right ballista. Okay, so this is going to kill him, and this next one is going to go to the outward wolf. 9. So this wolf has 2 health left. You said 11 health?
Yeah.
Okay, this wolf is dead. And these Hadozi are not going to get closer to you, Levi. They're going to step back, and they're going to fire at you with their crossbows. There should be...
Bring it.
There's just no disadvantage because they're not within 5 feet, so there's not going to be any disadvantage on their attacking, correct? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's...
That shouldn't have. No.
Yeah, okay, good. 1, 2, 3. 2 attacks hit.
Yeah, 2 hit.
Okay, for a 14, so 20 damage total.
Okay, that'll be half damage.
Okay.
Since I'm raging,
Mhm.
so that gets rid of my temp HP.
Okay, perfect. And then we're going to go to these ones that are here on deck. So this one over here is going to 2 short swords at the wolf that is nearby him. Both are going to hit for an 8 and a 7 to eliminate this wolf. Huh? And when that wolf is done, he's actually going to run off and jump off the edge and kind of doing something very similar to what the other one is. He's going to be walking on the bottom now. He's at this time about halfway through the edge of the ship, but he's not viewable. He's below the deck. Okay. Then we have this Hadozi over here. Oh, shoot. Okay, let's see. He's pretty close to death. He doesn't want to die, but he does fear that he's going to get eaten anyways as he moves away, but he's going to try something. So he's going to jump off and try to glide back to the Star Moth. 2 attack of opportunities coming out from Rosemary, 1 from the wolf and 1 from her. Unless you don't have one, which I don't think you wouldn't have one.
Yeah, I should have one.
Okay.
So I can do... I guess a scimitar attack.
Okay.
Assuming that misses.
That will miss. Oh, but you do have advantage because you... Oh, no, you don't.
Oh.
Wolf have advantage.
Wait.
Did they give you...
I was kind of flanking.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're definitely flanking. Yes.
So the wolf got 18.
That hits. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. He's going to need to make his... he's gonna
strength save.
Yeah, strength save, and that might do a big...
And then if I did get advantage, I hit him for an extra 5.
Oops, I completely missed that one. Okay, so the Hadozis that aren't dead are going to get back a little bit of health here. I totally missed one of their skills, but outside of that, we only had 1 die, and honestly, it was fine that he did. Whoops. So he is going to succeed on that strength save, so he's good. He is going to get hit by that scimitar, so he's going to get hit there. But it's a total of 12. So he's going to go down to yada, yada, yada. So he's pretty injured, but he flies. His wings, his arms go out. His little sugar glider wings kind of engage, and he just floats along as he makes his way back to... 30 feet away. So he makes his way back to the edge, and he kind of just grabs onto the side of the Star Moth. And he's just like, oh shit. Ah. Just hanging out there. All right. Now we're back over to the captain. So the captain is he takes a quick surveil of the surrounding. Let's roll a perception check with disadvantage because he can't quite keep an eye out on everything around him. So, oops, sorry, just a 7. He kind of just gets a gleam of what's happening here. He sees one of his Hadozi's warriors is down. His other warrior has left him. One of your wolves are down, but you still have 3 people on this ship. He's going to just, and he's going to shout out in Elvish. So this is something Delnadre is picking up on. Altura, leave. Return to the ship, return to the fleet. This battle is lost. And then he is going to attempt to take care of these to finish off Elena here. So we're going to do 2 swings here. Both are going to pathetically miss. All right. Levi, it is up to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I have no idea what he said, so it's time to attack.
So, question, Delnadre, you have the ability to telepathically communicate with Levi, even though he's not within your eyesight, correct?
I have to see people for my telepathy.
Oh, okay. Would you like to speak to Bitte to kind of describe what the captain has said, or would you like to wait till your turn to act on that?
I was just going to do it on my turn.
Okay. All right, Levi, you are up.
Oh, we swinging big sword, baby.
Swing the big sword.
Take a step forward, grab your sword, and just swath across.
He takes 2 quick steps forward and bends down, scoops up his sword, and in one movement he's gonna swing at this guy right here. Since his sword was on the ground, he's gonna do sort of a low sweep.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt a tripping attack using one of my superiority dice.
Okay.
You have advantage.
With advantage, because from Tansy.
That's the one that Tansy did the help action, right?
Yep. And
yes.
Yes.
All right, so here's my great sword attack with advantage.
Ooh.
To crit. So I will.
He's dead. Whoa, no, I'm sorry, he's not dead.
I was gonna say
that's. Good day to die, Hadozi.
He would have died 19. Before I figured out that thing I was missing. So he does take a good chunk of damage, though.
Well, that's the best part is that that's not all of my damage.
Oh, okay.
So that is just my weapon damage, which is 19 plus he takes 5 radiant damage from my radiant soul, and 2 rage damage. So that's another 7 damage. Does that do it?
It's very close. He has surrendered. He's just like before. They drop so low. He's dropping his weapons and putting his arms up like, just please don't kill me.
So here's the thing, though, is that when I use a superiority dice, I get to add the superiority die to my damage, and since I critted, he's going to take another 2d8 damage.
So he's dead now.
Yeah.
His body just kind of gets
Would you say Levi just steps forward and sort of just cleaves him in half?
Yeah. All right. And I'm going to say, even for more dramatic effect, half of his body flies out of the porthole. Like, the bottom half stays there. The top half just goes with your sword. Wait, did you swing left or right?
I swung... Well, he's right-handed, so he would have swung right to left across his body.
Okay, so yeah. So then, totally, top half of this Hadozi flies out the porthole. Or the whatever hole. We're going to keep calling it a porthole.
And so Levi with no shirt, billowing cloak, massive golden wings, towering above these Hadozi. Unless they're tall, I don't know how tall they are.
They're not small. They're not gigantic. Let me double check.
I mean, if they have typical ape-like posture, they probably sit lower to the ground naturally.
This bestiary is just awesome. Oh my god, where are these guys? Where are you? Okay, there they are. They are medium, but they stand upright. So they're shorter than you, I'd say. If you're what, 6 feet?
He's 6'3".
Yeah, they're probably like 5'2".
Okay. Yeah, so he towers above them. Would you allow me to make an intimidation check as a bonus action?
Given that you just cleaved one of them in half? Yeah.
Yeah. Levi is going to ready his sword to make another action, but before he does, to make another attack, but before he does, he's going to glare. He's going to give a nice sweep of the room, and he's just going to say, "Weapons down, all of them, now." And I will use another superiority die as I use my commanding presence, which will let me add the superiority die to my intimidation check.
Okay.
So let me pull up. Where did my character sheet go? It disappeared. Hold on. Character sheet. Intimidation. So it would have been an 8 plus roll 1d8. So 14.
Okay. Definitely more than enough you need, considering the fact that you did just murder them and they are, not astral elves and not really as attached to this battle as the other ones are. All of the Hadozi in there are going to drop their weapons and kind of like sidestep, like step out of your way. Like they're gonna drop their weapons and get on the ground and put their hands above, almost like they've been through this before. The captain, I'm sorry, the lieutenant though that's sitting there is going to you. And once again, this is something that Delnadre is going to be able to hear, but nobody else can really understand. Pitiful mercenaries. You've definitely not earned your keep this time around. And yeah. So do you still have another attack?
I don't, but I've got action surge in my back pocket. Does he look like he's gonna surrender, or does he look like he's
not? No, he's in response to them. He has readied his sword to like he's gonna be taking you on, or rather he's gonna take the wolf on before he takes you on. But he's like, if you wanted to, the Hadozi are no longer going to be getting in your way. Let's go with that.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
In that fucking case, Levi's gonna close the distance and he's gonna move. I don't know if you want to move the Hadozi out of the way or not, but I'm basically gonna move up here.
Yeah, I'll shift him out of the way for just a second.
And attack the lieutenant.
Okay, yeah. Swing.
Yeah, so let me burn my action surge. I only get one attack per turn.
For now.
Right
Swing.
But let me burn my action surge and take note of that. So I use my Radiant Soul. I've used 2 superiority dice. I used one of my rages, and now I'm using my action surge. And I will expend another superiority die as I try another tripping attack. So let me run that attack really quick. Here we go. This is no longer with advantage. So there's my greatsword attack, 15.
Nice. Against the Astral Elf, that will not hit as he parries your sword out of the way.
Okay. Well, burn my action surge, so that sucks. Let me reread my. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. You have pack tactics for the wolf, don't you? Does that?
It doesn't extend to me. It's only the wolf.
Yeah, it's only the wolf who gets that.
My apologies then.
Okay, so actually,
The creature that has the pack tactics.
Yes.
Since I didn't hit, I don't have to expend a superiority die.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Yeah, and you weren't. That's right. That was Rosemary had whatchamacallit. Plinking.
Yeah, all right, I have used that. The intimidation check was my bonus action, I guess. Yeah. And then I used my action and my action surge for another action, so I am done.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So next question. Did you have something you could do with your bonus action? Because I would totally give you that intimidation for free because you did one shot the Hadozi.
The only thing I really have is a second wind, but I haven't taken any damage.
Okay,
yet,
so then yeah, no need to bother with that. All right, Delnadre, you are up.
Delnadre is going to shout to his allies, "Heads up, guys! They're going to try to make a run for it!" And then I'm going to bonus action steady aim again. And based on the way things are looking, I can see Lieutenant Man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's
Okay.
definitely just like sitting right here.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Just wanted to make sure I was understanding the layout. Then I steady aim, and I will shoot an arrow at Mr. Lieutenant with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost a natural 20.
So close. What? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It was a 20, and then the dice went over to a 2.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so what do we got here? 16 total damage going to Mr. Astral Elf over here. Shot right in the back. Damn pirates, he says. Yeah, taking a big chunk of damage.
Fuck you! I shout back in Elvish.
That's gonna make him whirl around like, huh? And
I'll shoot him the Forgotten Realms equivalent of the bird.
You hear him
Which
kind of
might
like
just be,
the bird.
the middle finger, yeah.
Yeah. He shouts back at you. Hard earth crash. How dare you speak our language?
You don't own Elvish. Okay, whatever.
We are the great Zarxian Empire. Don't tell us what we don't own.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna let him do his ego shit. That's it for Del. Tansy is going to attempt to go catch that longbow that Bite threw off the side of the ship earlier.
Okay, yeah. You fly around. It hasn't really gone too far. Maybe, I don't know. It's just kind of floating.
I believe the way it was described, he threw it on the same side she is.
It is.
So
Yes. Yeah. And like most things,
You needed it pretty good. There's also one sitting on the ground right in front of Bita. You just want.
I don't know
that.
So Tansy's gonna fly out there. I think it might be a bit heavy for Tansy, but assisted by the gravity plane, Tansy can kind of just like float it along and bring it back. So yeah. Flying around, we'll say Tansy's like what, like out here or so, grabbing it and coming back. Sound good?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. All right. Elena is up. Elena is has picked up just a little bit of Elvish and has caught on at least the word to leave or to retreat or whatever. And so she's going to right now try to subdue Captain and not prevent him from getting out of here. So she's gonna go for kind of like a grapple here. So let's do some grappling here. I got an 18 from Captain, and Elena is gonna have to really bring it. She's gonna try to just grab him there. Rolling sheet's not gonna work. There it is. Oh, but she has advantage on. You can use athletics in a grapple check, right?
So.
Yeah. And she's gonna get a 19. I swear it's a 19. It just was whisper rolled. I'm sorry.
As a side note, some small Googling. Physical weight of a traditional longbow is somewhere in the 2 to 4 pound range. And I can't find anything specific to puffins, but Tansy is a reskinned owl, and a great horned owl can carry 8 to 9 pounds of prey.
Okay, fair enough. I give it to you. Yeah. Elena is going to kind of grapple a little bit with the astral elf. As she's grappling, she's gonna kind of like kick his legs out, bring him down. She has him in like this kind of like chokehold, and she's gonna face him towards the wolves who have like bared their fangs right at him. And he's going to relax a little bit and accept it. He doesn't want to. Not that he doesn't want to die, but he doesn't think, given his station, that they will kill him. So, Rosemary, you are up.
Grappled right now.
Correct. He is grappled.
Okay. I was gonna cast Hold Person if needed, but it doesn't seem like it is needed. But I am going to, I would love to tie him up. Since he's grappled.
Okay, yeah. All right, making it more official. Releasing Elena from her thing. You're gonna wrap him up. With the wolves kind of keeping an eye on him, he doesn't resist and allows you to get a nice tight hold with your ropes. Do you tie him up anywhere, or do you just tie him up where he is? Like, do you strap him to the mast? Do you put him throw him against the ground and tie him onto the grates?
I mean, the mast is probably a good anchor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably communicate with Elena. I was like, get him up on the mast, I'll tie him up.
Yes, good. It'll be better to bleed him later.
Sure. And then tie him up.
Alright, good.
I don't really know where this is going. I'm like the dog chasing the car. I didn't think I was gonna get this far.
As you're tying him up, she's definitely gonna be like, "Oh, don't you want to put it upside down? I mean, it helps the blood flow a bit better."
I mean, I want him to tell us how to get our planet back.
Oh, fair point. Okay, but we'll kill him afterwards, right?
Depends.
Okay. I think the battle is just getting to you.
I don't know if you have a
much.
concept of war crimes in space.
She looks at you very flatly, like, huh?
I don't know. We'll talk about the Geneva Convention of Waterdeep Incorporated, you know.
Yes, no. If you're referencing any rules from your planet, we're in quote unquote international space.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yes, we can worry about him later and which way the blood will go. I just don't want to have to clean up a lot of stuff. In fact, I'll throw he should kind of like kicks a bucket right underneath him for later. Yeah, Rosemary, anything else you'd like to do in your turn? You still have a bit of movement left for you.
I have some movement left, but like one monkey is on the side of the ship, but I don't think I know that because he jumped like over there and I was doing stuff over here.
Mm-hmm.
This elf is dead.
Yes.
This monkey's on the side of that ship, but all the monkeys seemingly are
surrendering.
Surrendering. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
And the wolf in here is ready to attack that guy because he is still an enemy.
Yep. Hopefully Levi doesn't sick him on the other ones, but then that'll be a completely different situation there. Yeah. All right, pass it back over to Bitte.
So I'm taking a look, getting the lay of the land. It seems like the only person we can see currently who is still like putting up a fight is this fucker, right?
The one that's underneath, correct.
Okay, and is the pilot visible from where we are?
She is, or whomever it is not. Although at the start of your turn, because now it's a new turn, the ship has begun to list further away. The distance right now is actually going to be, we're going to put it at just 45 feet. As the Moon Dancer, Flapjack, who's controlling it, has been, you don't know this, but over the table, has been speaking with Elena and has begun to like follow as the Star Moth moves away and is trying to put distance between. It is the faster of the two ships, so unless there's some way to stop it, you will not be able to you're not going to be able to catch the ship. Now, as I've talked before, you can jump between ships. There is a gravity plane. So let's go over gravity planes real quick. So when you're just between two ships, the gravity plane extends about 180 feet out in any direction from the ship. When two gravity planes overlap, it kind of gives you a bit of a leeway, but the larger ship will always attract anything that's just kind of drifting along. All right, it's really negligible when it comes to doing that, but for the most part, you can you will move towards in this sense the Moon Dancer if you were to jump. So there is the possibility still that you jump off the Star Moth and get back to the Moon Dancer because you're still well within the Moon Dancer's gravity bubble or air bubble. Air envelope is what they call it. The longer you wait, the less chance you have to be able, but it's still like 6 turns away. So the likelihood that you don't find the person, but you are going to be spending time running through the ship. It can be extended. You could lose the ability to leave the Moon Dancer. And I will say this might be something that Elena is kind of shouting, just saying like, find the Spelljammer or get back here. Time is of the essence, as she shouts over to y'all. And actually, you know what? It wouldn't be Elena that says that. It would be Flapjack. So let me give me a second. Attention! The Star Moth is moving away. Please note, we are slow. We will not be able to catch. Jump now if you wish to return to the Moon Dancer. Thank you. Click.
Okay. Excellent information.
So
I will
Bitte
say,
and Levi caught, Bitte and Levi caught that message, as well as Rosemary and Delnadre.
Sweet.
gotcha.
For information,
So
I
what I
have to
will
roll.
say is, Beta wants all of these people dead. And
You do you, man. Live your life.
like, because
Entire planet. It's kind of valid.
yeah, no, Beta is also like, you know how people are like, oh, have your family be dead in D&D so they can't kill your family. As far as he knows, he has a lot of fucking family.
Yeah.
He has 8 siblings, 2 moms, 3 mates, 5 kids, and a lover. He's experiencing more of a rage than Levi is. So he's going to start looking for the Spelljammer. And he's going to what direction, based on where the spelljamming helm is
So
on the galleon,
yeah.
where does he feel like he would look?
All right. So I know we kind of like have like been on the galleon for just a little bit. Did y'all take? I don't think you really took the time to go through the ship at all. So
Don't think we got the chance.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, the spelljamming helm, from what you've been able to understand, is usually held within. It's a point of protection. So you would just know you have to go deeper in the ship. So I guess, and that
At
would
the very least, we would have seen Flapjack head that way.
Yes, Flapjack did head into the ship. As far, I mean, like for the Nautiloid, the spelljamming helm is kind of like it's on the very top, but that's also like within the shell. So you have to go in and up, to get to him. For the Star Moth, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but you're definitely going deeper in the ship.
Yeah. So what entrances can Beta see?
So from where Beta is, you have that one that goes down a deck, that little square right there at the front. And then you also have a door behind. Oops. No, wrong. So you can't you can't go where. So where you are technically standing.
He's going to go to the door behind.
So I'm sorry. So where you're standing, you're not actually in it. You'd have to go to this door.
Okay, that's the only way in.
You could attempt to break the wall that's right behind you. But yes, from where you are, that is the only way back into the ship. Or you can walk around the side and go through the porthole like that one guy did. But
okay, yeah,
that's effectively the exact same thing.
That is what he's going to do.
Okay, so yeah, you walk through. Now, granted, I guess the question is, do you want to go through the side that he went or the other side so you can kind of actually go through? Because you would have probably, like, a quick glance, like 5 feet that way, you would see that he's still there. Like, he's kind of sticking out the side there.
He doesn't care.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of crawl over the edge, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna take a run at the side, grab the railing, and like throw his weight into his feet, and then like as his feet come out and the gravity reverses, he's gonna let the momentum of his feet get carried back down into the thing levered around his hand on the railing.
Okay, good. I was say. I was like, for a moment there, I thought you let go, and I was like, no, that you would just jump off.
Yeah, no, he just dropped it. No,
gotcha. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna run across the edge, and are you gonna attack with your feet, or are you gonna swing with a weapon?
No, he's going past. He doesn't give a shit.
Okay. All right, and you still have Zephyr Strike, correct?
Yeah,
it's still up. Okay, yeah. So you kind of just like swing through, slip through. Nobody has ever seen Bitte this flexible as he just kind of gymnastics his way through. It gives you 5 feet in, and then you have 15 feet to the next door, right? So you still got, let's say it's about 5 feet for going down. So you've used 25 feet of movement so far.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is the door locked?
Let me just see here quick. The door is not locked, no.
Okay. Beta opens it. What does he see?
You see a very long hallway, about 1, 2, 3. It's about 50 feet or so in length. It kind of curves around with the side of the ship. There's a couple of doors on the left side of this hallway down. In fact, you notice 3 doors that you can see, and there's what looks to be 2 different hallways down the side.
Okay, Beta is going to...
I have 1 turn. I'm just curious. Is this the same turn or no?
This is the same
turn.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get too far. Yes, it's still the same turn. My bad.
Yeah, Beta is going to... And let me double check the terms of Zephyr Strike and see if this ends the spell or not.
If you use the Zephyr Strike itself, I don't think it doesn't seem like it ends. You only get 1 of those attacks. But I'm pretty sure as long...
Okay, yeah, no, okay, so the spell continues going.
Yeah, and then on that 1 turn after you make the attack, you also get 30 extra movement feet.
Yeah, so he is going to make the attack at advantage on the guy, so he's going to make, I suppose, 2 attacks.
Okay.
And whether or not the first one kills him, he'll put both of them into him since the other ones are cowering, and he has a lot of rage directed at that fucker.
Okay.
As, like, the other ones have cowered, and he respects them less.
Mm-hmm.
And a warrior sharpshooter. Okay. Dart. So first one at advantage for a 17.
It hits.
Okay, dealing 22 damage.
22 damage. Well done.
And the other one will be an 18 for 16 damage.
Okay, yeah, that kills him. He's dead.
So you vaults past him, gets to the doorway, kicks it open, throws 2 spears through this guy's fucking chest, pinning him to the wall. And then he's going to run 30 feet down the hallway, kicking open doors as he goes and seeing what's inside.
First room just looks like a bunch of... I'm going to give you brief things. First room, kick down, crew's quarters, nobody's there. Moving on. Second room, kicks down, mess hall, nobody's there. Moving on.
Yep.
Third room, galley, nobody's there.
Doesn't
All right,
care.
so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you have 10 more feet in front of you. You see a hallway off to the left, and that's about where you are stuck. Yep.
Okay.
So you're in it. You're moving down, and all right. So that elf is gone. That elf is gone. That elf is destroyed. The Hadozi have finished themselves off. So because I need to keep it in initiative to keep the movement going, I'm just going to delete everybody. Wolves. Are the wolves going to attack the Hadozi? Levi, how are you gesturing yourself towards these monkey people?
I think since they've dropped their weapons and are not, no longer a threat, the elf that was right there is now dead, right?
Yes, he has 2 darts that are through him and pinned him to the wall.
Yeah. So in that case, it's just me and one of the wolves down here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Levi would just whistle, right, and then pat the side of his leg as if implying to follow, and he's going to swiftly follow Beta.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Moving on past the wolf. What's the wolf's movement speed? Rosemary?
Movement speed is 40 feet.
40 feet.
Which actually, I don't know if the wolves would be able to follow him off the side of the ship.
I don't know if they'd really understand that concept, even though they
I
are
don't think the wolves understand gravity. I think they're still just wolves.
Is Beta off the side of the ship?
Well, he went off the side in through a window.
Yeah, he came from the top deck and jumped through the window and came just kind of like what you did, but well, actually, just kind of like that elf. What that elf did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mostly meant like me and the wolf in the room that are there.
Right. I think she's talking
Yeah,
about the wolf that's on top.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
debating
I got
whether the two wolves on top would follow Bitte, but I realized that Bitte's movement makes that unlikely. But yeah, that wolf is following you.
Okay, got it. So let's see. You're back over here. Okay, so that wolf is following you. So you both are going to jump through. Levi, you're up next. You're going to kind of run down. Given that you have how much movement available to you? 60? Levi?
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I muted myself. Yeah, I have 30, and then with a dash would be 60.
60. Okay, and Rosemary, does the wolf have anything that would assist them in picking up on a scent? Since it can
Keen
go
hearing
faster.
and smell. Wolf has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or spell.
Okay.
Smell.
Or spells. Fireball. Okay, yeah. Roll me a perception check to see if it can pick up on the scent, because it's gonna sprint past both of them, and it's gonna, it can do well, it's gonna go one way, or if it can do bad, it's gonna go the wrong way.
All right. So, perception is +3. So it has advantage. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll advantage on Rosemary's sheet and just take -1 to whatever's rolled because I have a +4.
Gotcha. Did somebody say Nope. Okay.
I said go spot.
Okay, got it.
All right. So it got a 16.
16. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be able to. So it's gonna run down, and it's going to pass. So at this point, from where Levi is, you're gonna get all the way down through the hallway, past Bitte, and go just a little bit, turning left at that first left. So you've gone down about 30 feet down the hallway. Combined with the 20 feet you had to move inside the building that you're in right now. So that leaves you with just 10 feet to go back up the stairs. So now you're basically on the main deck that Bitte was on before, had he gone through the wall instead of going through the deck. And the wolf is going to go now through this, and it's going to go up the stairs, and it's going to kind of like scratch at the door right there. That's going to the little bubble there at the front of the Sarmoth. So where we are now is, Levi, you are staying at the top of the stairs. Bitte, you're just at the bottom of the stairs, right around the corner. The wolf is at the door, scratching and whining. Seems to have found the missing astral elf. Delnadre, your turn.
Situation seems pretty well in hand for what I can see. I'm gonna head down the stairs over here, pull a rope out of my pack. I assume there's some kind of a railing or something here that I could probably tie a rope to.
Yes, there is.
I will tie one end of the rope to the railing, and then, if possible, within this same turn, I will tie the other end to an arrow.
Yeah. Okay. How thick is this rope? Is it like a thin rope?
Hempen rope, it's probably pretty thick.
Okay, yeah. I'm afraid to ask what this is for, but I want to ask, what is this for?
Just in case it's a surprise tool for later in case we need it.
Okay.
Surprise tool that will help us later.
Fair enough. All right. Okay. So do you want to ready anything? I'll give you the tying the rope for free. So.
Okay. I will ready an action to shoot the arrow towards anyone who looks like they need a rope to get back to the boat.
I really hope it hits them. All right, go.
And Tansy's just gonna fly this longbow over. She probably gets somewhere.
She's probably about 10 feet on the other side, and then 10 feet the other way, and then 45 between ships right now. So I don't know how far she can fly, but she's getting a pretty good chunk of it.
She's got 60 feet, so she's somewhere in the no man's land.
All right. Elena is going to move over here to the south of the ship. She's going to try to find that Hadozi, who is currently out of eyesight, I will say, having walked around the ship. She's going to kind of reach around, look around the side, and just kind of whistle. but I can't whistle, so you know, we can go whoop whoop. And not seeing anything, you're gonna walk back over here and just punch the captain once. That's gonna be her turn. Rosemary.
Rosemary just watched her planet get blown up.
Not blown
tied up one
just covered in
big
crystal.
Big old crystalled.
Yes.
Is still very like shaken from that. Hasn't really processed it yet. And then like the one other person that wasn't on that planet that she considers family, just instead of jumping back onto this ship, went further into that ship. So I think Rosemary looks at Dell and is like, I'm sorry, I can't leave without Bitte. And then she wants to get in there. She wants to jump across into the same window she saw Bitte go into.
Okay, all right. So you run and jump. Yeah. What is your total movement with a sprint?
My movement. So I have a speed of 30. If I action dash, I can
get 60.
Do 60.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to like fling yourself across, and you kind of just hit the gravity plane and kind of like bounce below it for a little bit, and then go back up by the time you hit the edge of the ship, and you don't quite get back high enough to go straight into the bubble because you didn't really have anything to help you glide. And so you're just gonna be able to like, you're basically grabbing onto the side of the ship, and we're gonna say you're at the porthole, having climbed back up.
Could I potentially use Thorn Whip? Well, no, because that would be an action.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say like Thorn Whip to like pull myself over.
You could move 30 feet and then Thorn Whip to have yourself attached, and then next turn you would basically bonus action pull yourself closer. Is that what Thorn Whip? Does Thorn Whip allow you to bonus action pull?
I think it automatically.
No, it's just part of the attack.
It's just part of the attack. Okay, so then pulls 10 feet. So
yeah, so I think it might be more beneficial to me to use my action to dash than it would be to Thorn Whip, because
yeah, you'd only have gotten 40 feet in total. So you got your 30 feet plus your 10 foot from Whip. So yeah. So anyways, I showed y'all a picture there. I have it on there. That's what the giant vine things looks like right now. So it's not that your world is dying. It's just that these massive crystal vines are towering over cities.
It's still terrifying. I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
It's fine.
Pizza don't get that.
Well,
I mean, he's got your shit. I'll see.
My home world is in peril, and the only, yeah.
All right, Bitte, you are up. So you are about let me see here, going by the ship. Oh my god, where did you go, ship? What? Oh yeah, that's right. That's how the offload works.
Oh, you know what? 20. There's nothing saying Tansy couldn't dash, so I'm sure she's here.
So you're able to get back up to the door without a dash, Bitte. That's about how far you are back.
Okay.
You can get to it and
opens the door.
Yes. So standing in front of you is an astral elf star priest. Look at their picture right here, so I can give you a little bit of description. It's this kind of golden clad female named Altura. You don't know their name though. Carrying a glowing spiked mace. Has a very pointy hat, and the chest looks like this symbol of like a big like a semi-moon. Really just a moon with another small moon inside that looks like it's a semicircle that has been, or a crescent moon that has its tips touched to each other. It has readied an action. As you open it up, it is going to cast one second. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's a spell. It's going to cast a rain of radiance, so it's just going to shoot its hand out, and this like very similar green light, almost like stars, just start to shoot out at you. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Astral Priest cast Swift.
Yeah.
13.
A 13 does not succeed, so you're going to get caught with the full brunt of this, and it's going to shoot 24 radiant damage your way.
Alright, I will reaction Stone's Endurance to decrease that.
Alright.
I ignore that. It's just the 5 healing. Ignore that. The way I have it set up is... Actually, let me make sure I don't have any of my other shit. Okay, yeah, that still should be... Or did it roll an extra d8? Nope, I just rolled a 1 on the die. Cool. That's shite. Alright, he takes 19 damage.
Okay. Alright, so you take 19 damage. Can't really do anything, but it's going to get itself into a little bit of a stance. And it's going to ready an action for a very specific... set of requirements. So, all right. So you're still standing there right at the door, correct? Yeah. Nothing you can do to move a little bit further. And Zephyr Strike was only for that one turn for that extra 30 movement. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Wolf.
Well, my turn's not done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on. That's right.
Because that was just
that was just me.
It was just him opening a door.
Opening a door, get hit, and you're done. You're done, sir.
Okay, so I assume they're less than 30 feet away.
Yes. They are, to give you an exact thing, they are 15 feet away. It has its back against a little, like, wall that, had you broken down the wall, you would have broken it down on top of them. But it's just kind of like, when you were on the main deck, it was just this...
So if I had broken it down from the main deck, I would have been, like, right there?
Yes. Yeah, we're right back here now. In fact, perfect time. I can put you right here. And this wolf can go right here. And the Star Priest, which I can grab real quick, can go right in front of it.
Wait, hold on. The wolf was following Levi.
Well, the wolf has a lot more movement than everyone else, so it actually went way ahead. And then since Bitte's turn comes first, he is caught back up on the distance.
Okay.
The wolf's
so am I
just been
still like
scratching
underneath?
at the
Am I
door.
still floored below?
Yeah, you are basically like, you're right here, and everyone's right here. But this is like it's a you can see out from inside, but you can't see through it, and it just looked like this crystalline kind of like glass, but also pretty hardy, like a carapace of sorts.
Yeah. So I'll probably have to do like perception on my turn to see if I even realize that they're in there.
Yeah, I mean like you might be able to hear it. Can you perceive where the wolves are? Because if you can, then you would definitely know that they're right there. If you have like a perception of like where they are based on the spell or anything, like if you can telepathically see through them or something.
Think so, but I'll have to check.
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially this is our placements here.
Yep.
Yeah,
and Levi, you're kind of like right here, but you're still like 1-5 step behind. You can see the person, I should say.
Okay.
No, lay down.
Okay.
Boys.
Get down, Levi.
Okay. Yeah, so do they look like a hearty person?
And
they're carrying a mace. They can probably take a hit.
Yeah, I mean, the Astros elves you've encountered before were pretty strong. This one doesn't look as armored but it's exhibiting spells, so you don't really know what it can do.
Beta will bonus action cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
So I'll mark off the spell slot for that. And will sling 2. So I guess it doesn't matter that I forgot to roll concentration for the Zephyr Strike. Take off Planar Warrior, add Hunter's Mark. Okay. And he will sling 2 darts at Sharpshooter, as always. Missing, but he misses in the punch into the walls on either side of them.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, compatriots are dead, and I am accepting but one surrender today. Would you like it to be yours?
Tora stands up, strong. She's kind of like just steadies herself. You may have won this battle, fiend, monster of a man, she says in very clear, perfect common. But the Zarxian Empire is unending. You are but the last of the ships that dropped the shells upon your world, and I have already contacted the rest of the fleet. Whether I survive or not, I know your death will come quickly after. And she's going to ready her mace in both hands.
Defy me now. Yours will come slowly. That will end my turn.
Okay. Wolf.
The wolf, seeing clear signs of aggression, is gonna fucking attack.
All right. So the second the wolf moves in, the ready action I had set before activates, and the astral elf is going
But you already just had a ready action.
Oh, you're right. Fuck. Okay, never mind. I'll wait to her turn again. Which I need to.
Yeah, you better
put her turn on. Thank you for catching that for me. Let me just go ahead. And...
No worries. I was just like, oh no, she gets double.
She gets two.
Can she ready an action and a bonus action? Can I save myself?
No, you can only ready an action, I think.
It also uses your reaction too.
So
unless she had
ready a bonus action.
Terrible. She does not have a bonus action. Let me just make sure she's not going to be able to go right after or before the wolf goes. Nope. Oh, nope. She's gonna go well before. Okay, fun times. All right, let's get this in. All right, wolf's coming at her.
Wolf's coming at her. It doesn't get advantage, but it will bite.
It
18.
Bites. It hits.
And she needs to do a DC 11 strength save.
Ah, you son of a gun. Oh god, save me. Huh. This is really weird. Okay, this is the second time today that the information in the book I bought and the information that Roll20 has given me are not the same. Like, this is now saying that it's a challenge rating 5. The book says a challenge rating 4. Let me see here.
Higher the better.
The higher the better. I think so, because we've already been going with the better ones so far of everything. Yep, we're gonna make it harder. All right. Significantly harder, but yeah. Strength. Aha! Damn it.
She is knocked prone, and then question: do the two wolves out here recognize that there is now a new enemy?
I would say the wolves can communicate because they're fey creatures or something, and they could make an attack, but they're making attacks against the wall here, so they're just going to be scratching at the wall that's between the star elf and where they are. Or I guess you can communicate to them verbally that they have to go down, but I wouldn't say they'd understand that they'd have to go back around. They would just kind of start clawing at the wall.
I think they're going to just start clawing at the wall.
All right, make some attacks just so I can start doing this. You
yeah,
never know how
two
long
of
we're gonna
them
be
at
here.
advantage.
Yeah.
I got a 20 and a 22. Oh wait, where'd the third one come
I have
from?
no idea. I don't think it's supposed to be here.
I don't think it is.
I'm gonna get rid of that one. A third one would make it worse. Okay. The wall has been knocked prone. No, 12 damage to the wall. Okay. Yeah, good. And she took she took 7. Excellent. All right. Taking some fun. Levi.
That's me. Levi is me.
Levi is you.
Yep. I assume I assume I'm close enough to step into the room and make it to the downed.
Yep.
What is it? Star Priest.
Star Priest. Yes, Altura, the Star Priest. I guess nobody. She hasn't really said her name yet. So, for y'all, it's Altura, but it is.
She has a name tag.
She has a name tag. If you read Elvis,
God.
she would have a name tag. Yes, they are a very military. Military. Very militaristic people. So yes, I would say she.
They're militant. They're a militant National Socialist autocracy.
Yeah, exactly.
Or oligarchy.
Theocracy
Well,
would
either
be
way.
better. Well, I don't know. They have an emperor.
So, he's gonna walk in, and fuck. I mean, the intimidation's been working so far. Oh, but it didn't work against the other astral elf, right?
No,
The
it
other
did not.
astral elf. Fuck you.
He said fuck you.
Like very much fight to the death.
Yeah. Although him and her are on very different levels. But she also did just tell Betty that he will die. So I mean, I think she's
Did she say that in comment, or would I have understood?
She said it in a comment. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool, neat. So, well, I don't really like it when people threaten my friends. Not a cool thing to do. And Levi's a big strong boy. Bonus action rage as I step through the door. So the muscles are bulging, the veins are pumping that anger blood.
Mm-hmm.
And Levi steps menacingly through the door, wielding his great sword. And he still radiating that golden energy. And he is going to, he's just gonna bring his sword down, in an attempt to cleave her.
Okay.
So she's prone, right? So I have advantage.
Yes.
Let's see.
Up.
And great sword is a 14 to hit. Not great.
That hits.
Thank God. So that is going to be it's so 2d6 plus 5 strength is the 11, plus 2 for rage damage is 13,
Okay.
plus 5 for my radiant soul, 5 radiant damage.
Okay.
So that's going to damage.
Okay. All right. Just kind of like crack down. She's able to get like her Morning Star. That's what it's called. Spiked mace. Morning Star. Just a little bit up between you two, but it's still like the weight of your attack just slams it back into her head.
And I think at this point, Levi, now that he's hit her, she's on the ground. He's gonna point his great sword like right at her face. Would you allow me to make another intimidation check?
Given the circumstances, yes.
So let me roll that. I'm gonna go ahead and use my commanding presence. So
Okay.
I'll burn a superiority die. And it'll give me plus 1d8 on this intimidation check. So 21 plus a d8. I'll roll it just for funsies. So that'll be a 28 for intimidation.
All right.
You know what? He steps in, he hits her, and then he holds his sword like right to her cheek, and he just says, "That's enough. You're done."
All right, let's see this. This is an insight here, whether or not her life is worth it. If she's going to just, despite your intimidation, pick to choose to fight to the death, or give in with the overwhelming odds that you have presented against her. 20.
Oh no, you forgot to decide which was high and which was low.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with she doesn't necessarily stop fighting, but she is you feel the ship stop moving, and she looks up and she's just like, "What do you want, fools?"
And Levi smiles and he says, "Well, for one, I would like to know how to stop the vines that are destroying our world. And two, I think I would like your ship.
I can tell you are on-worlders. You think you can fly the wild space in a star moth? Nobody would allow this to go on. But as far as your pitiful little world and the crystalline seed that we left, there's no stopping what is inevitable. You cannot pull this weed. It is only a matter of time before the energies from your planet's core have been sucked dry and we leave behind another shriveled husk of a world.
I think Levi just blinks a couple times and he just looks at her and he's like, "That was a word from somebody on the ground. You seem awfully confident for someone who is ready to die."
Life matters nothing in the onward march and the survival. Sorry, space. Xarxie space, sorry. No,
Fair
sorry.
enough. I don't think he has much else to say.
Space. Sorry, go on.
If she's not going to surrender, I think we can just keep rolling the initiative at this point. And if she fights, she fights. If she doesn't, she doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think. I think given what has happened, the fact that both for like multiple people on her ship have died, the fact that her captain gave her a direct order to leave him behind, you know, it's one of those things where it's like she's not going to get captured prisoner and be a disgrace to her people, especially not one that wants to take the star, like to take over. Had you suggested anything that kind of led her the ability to escape, that might have been a different situation, but we won't go down that path. So yeah, she's gonna kind of like push your sword away, cutting her cheek, kind of like forcing herself into your sword and pushing you away with her cheekbone. She's getting this long gash down her face.
Levi shrugs and he just looks at her and he says, "Suit yourself."
Delnadre, you are up.
I don't really know what's going on over there. I don't know how I can be helpful. I've been racking my brains on which would be more useful here, and I think I'm gonna go with the crowbar over the hammer. So I'm gonna hand my crowbar to Tansy and just send her flying back. Go girl, do crimes. She's just gonna dash and go flying down into the window that everyone has been going through and see if she can locate everyone.
Okay. You kind of fly where with now since Rosemary's right there, does she want to hand the crowbar to Rosemary, or does she want to kind of fly through and keep going?
She'll keep going.
Okay. All right. So
these wolves have started attacking this wall.
Yeah. Is she gonna give the crowbar to the wolf? Here you go.
Nah.
All right. So, anything else, Delnadre?
I'm gonna keep readying an action to shoot this bow.
Okay. All right.
If I feel like I need to.
Yep. Sounds good. Elena is kind of just like, she's pissed, and since it's kind of a waiting game this time, she's kind of walked around and like has walked around the captain a couple of times, and is now just gonna use him as a punching bag and just kind of like 1, 2, kidney shot, face shot, kick, punch, and is just just taking her anger out. But she gets pretty tired. I mean, she still does have 2 gaping wounds in her leg, and so she's just gonna kind of like sit down and be like, I'm getting a bit old for this, even though she looks pretty spry and young. Rosemary. So, you are on the bottom, but you have heard the wolves start to scratch and attack the thing above. Tansy has flown through and has gone already through the door. In fact, we'll say Tansy flew through and had made enough movement to get to the door, so you know where you need to go. But you also know like it looks like it's a long hallway going down. It could be a big run. What choices are you making here?
Okay, I'm gonna roll There's not an easy option for a D2, so well, I guess I could do like roll 1d2. All right, 1 I follow Tansy, 2 I go for the wolves.
Yeah.
Is it just like that? Like exclamation point? Wait, how do I do that?
/ roll.
Okay. All right. Okay. So 2 I go for the wolves. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try to climb back up.
Yep. Takes
Can I
just
get
5
up
feet
here?
of movement. Yeah, you can make your way to the wall. You see that it's it's like a carapace, but you can kind of like the wolves are just scratching at it, and there wouldn't be scratching at it if there wasn't a reason. So
All right.
welcome.
I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave in front of me, which I don't know how that's gonna work with I'm gonna like tell the wolf to get out of the way, which if it can is a reaction, just like scooch a tiny bit.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do Thunder Wave in front of me at the wall. So that's a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. It's aimed towards creatures, but I was wondering if I could use it against the wall.
Yes, I would say that. I would say so. Oh wait, it
each
deals
creature
damage,
15-foot cube makes a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they take 2d8 thunder damage. On success, they take half as much damage. Unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you. And the spell emits a thunderous boom, audible out to 300 feet.
Okay. The way that sound interacts with like glass and crystal and the ability to crack it and stuff like that, I'd say I'll give it to you here. Like
I wish I had
wall.
Shatter, but druids don't have Shatter.
Yeah, that would be nice.
At least my druid doesn't have Shatter.
Now, I guess, do you have anything else that can do a bit more damage to the wall, or
I was looking at my things. I mean, I could do a 3rd level spell, but it feels kind of like overkill. My other option, which would be kind of overkill, would be Call Lightning. Which would be cool as hell, but it would use my last 3rd level spell, and I mean, I don't know how close to death she is, but
it just based on like your knowledge, because this is a very organic ship. The way it looks, it looks like it looks both crystalline as well as just like a crystalline beetle. You think just by the way it looks like it's probably very hardy, so you don't want to skimp out on any attacks against it.
All right, in that case, Rosemary's eyes are going to glow, kind of like Storm from X-Men style, and a storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder, 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius, centered on, I'm gonna just say centered on me. 100 feet directly above me. And when I cast a spell, choose a point I can see within range. A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. And then that is 3d10 lightning damage.
Okay.
And it is concentration, so I think as like my eyes start to glow and like my hair starts to like blow and like the wind that starts kicking up, as the clouds come, the wolves just kind of like shimmer out of existence.
Yeah. Or the wolves dissolve into this black mist that then forms into the clouds above.
I love. Yes.
And so now it's just like this
they
cosmic
just
cloud.
in the mist.
Yeah, as like the world around you. So call down a lightning strike. What's
so it's technically a dex saving throw.
Okay.
And it's each creature within 5 feet of that, but since I'm attacking the wall, I'm not sure how much that applies.
Yeah,
so I was just gonna attack the wall.
Yeah, it's not gonna be able to dodge it. So if it's a dex saving throw and you're targeting a point, you get to target the point, so you don't have to worry about attacking. So you just roll your damage against the wall.
All right, 3d10, and it is concentration for up to 10 minutes, and I get to do this once on each of my turns.
So you're just gonna keep. All right. So this massive lightning strike just strikes. Now for y'all inside, you see this just bright light just flash everybody inside that room. Let me just get rid of these wolves here. Bye wolf, bye wolf, bye wolf, bye wolf, bye wolf.
Yeah, I think the wolf that's inside with you guys just like is growling and then just kind of like melts into mist and almost like goes through the wall.
Yeah. So your lightning cracks through. It shatters. Not shatter, sorry. It forms this massive crack that kind of just radiates out from that point. It does not quite break the crystalline wall, but it gives you a little bit of like where the cracks are. You can start to see like its ability to haze the imagery from the outside in has diminished, so that you can start to see shadows from where you were, from where you cracked it. It looks like it maybe can take one more of those. And yeah, so definitely this big thing that is attributing to the Star Priest's fear. And she kind of just like,
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Rosemary, like seeing the cracks and the like kind of shadows, she just kind of shouts like, "Bitte!"
Go to bed.
Sorry, that was loud.
Bitte, do you respond back? Levi, do you respond back?
I think Peter would respond back with just like a bestial growl, bestial howl. Yeti call.
Okay.
Yeti call. All right, if I can hear the Yeti call,
You can, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosemary just kind of like, despite everything, just like grins and gets ready to call down another bolt.
All right. Starbreeze turns. Altura stands up. She's kind of like, she stands up. As she stands up, she's going to swing once at Levi with her Morningstar, kind of like in her standing action. So she's gonna bring it up and kind of try to like parry your sword away while also trying to like catch you by the chin. And so what do we got here? Yeah, Morningstar miss. Big whiff. But it's okay, because it was all distraction, as she bonus action disappears into into this like shimmer of stars and appears out here on the bow of the ship.
Now hold on. Did she move or did she misty step?
I'm curious. Why?
Because Levi has blind sight.
Oh.
It says teleport.
It's a teleport. It's kind of like a misty step.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she moved when she stood up, but that doesn't technically count as a movement outside of
No, she didn't. Yeah, no, she didn't leave his melee.
Yeah. So she's gonna.
I was just making sure if she slipped out of an opening invisible, then Levi would have been like, "Haha, I can see you, bitch."
Yeah. No, not that. Like, and now she's gonna do the same thing. She just cast Swift at Rosemary outside. So let's go with a. Ooh.
She has another action.
She has 2 attacks.
Oh damn.
Wait, she have 2 attacks or
2 actions?
Or 2 actions, because if you do a separate thing as your action, you don't get 2 attacks. You can do 2 attacks as 1 action.
She has multi-attack.
Yeah, but that's you can do 2 attacks as 1 action. Does Starlight Stout as an
attack for monster blocks can be different things. Like dragons can bite and then do 2 claw attacks.
Yes.
It can be different stuff.
So I guess, is the question basically like, should I have made both those attacks before I did Starlight Step? Is that what you're...
No, is Starlight Step an action?
Bonus action.
Bonus action, okay.
Cool. Is Rain of Radiance an action or is it an attack? Like if she wanted to...
It's her attack. Yes.
She can use Rain of Radiance in place of one of her attacks.
Correct.
Guys, let's stop rules lawyering here and let Corey DM.
All right, continuing on, she's jumped out.
She does what Corey says she does,
and she swifts out at Rosemary. But I did have I did need to check something because she's been taking some damage. Wait, she took 1 damage from. Before I do this, let me just make sure she hasn't lost. She needs to do a concentration check on her spell jamming. Still though, she's still gonna Rain of Radiance, so let's throw that out at
Let me make a
Rosemary.
dexterity.
Yes, please.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. Fuck. Okay.
So 30 damage to you, Rosemary.
Oof. Okay. And I need to roll concentration to keep my call lightning up.
Yes.
So what is that? I roll what? And it needs
It's
to be above half of that?
Constitution
Yes.
above 15,
Mhm.
or 15 is the DC. So.
Yes.
Fuck.
Oh no. Sorry. So yes, that's gonna drop.
It like hits her directly in the back, and she just was not expecting it, and the storm instantly dissipates.
100%. Yes. Okay. All right. Bitte, you are up. Now,
Okay.
you guys see that the wall there is right in front of you is now cracked and shattered, and a lot weaker than it was a second ago.
All
Can,
right.
can y'all see through that wall?
They can see through perfectly. That's why
Okay.
she was able to step out, because it is a one-way mirror.
Okay,
Alright.
Beta will make one attack, one sharpshooter attack on the wall with a dart. Fuck. But throwing at a wall. What do we think there?
It's a stone wall. It has a pretty decent AC.
Okay, yeah, it has a. You're right, stone has an AC. So,
Well, it's not stone; it's
so
ceramic.
what-
But I'm kind of factoring in very
yeah,
similar.
I get you. So the
Actually,
first
no,
one
I'm
he
sorry.
does-
The ship has an AC. My bad. The ship does have an AC. Where was it? The ship's AC is 13. So 13 is what you need to hit it.
Okay, so the 22
Will hit.
comes through for
And that will be more than enough to break a 5-foot size hole, just given the damage that was already done to it.
Beta will hang on. I have to do my cube. And will fucking try and get as far as he can. Put himself between Rosemary and the elf. And that is both attacks and a bonus action, so that will end my turn.
Okay. All right. So I guess there was one thing I forgot to mention in this room, although it doesn't factor as much because she stood up for it. There is a spell jamming chair right in the middle of it. Outside of that, everything's still good to go.
Gotcha.
You okay?
Levi, Carson is dying.
Yeah, no, I think I've got a hair stuck at like the back of my throat.
Ugh.
Ooh,
It's been
that's
there
the
for, like,
worst.
a minute. Okay.
All right.
So I'll start myself though.
Levi, you are up.
Okay, so is she out of range?
You can walk through the wall now, so she's right there. What is that, 20
Is this
feet?
her here?
Yes, that's her there.
Okay, hold on. Let me measure really quick. Oh, she's within range. So I can just walk right up to her, basically?
Yep.
How's she looking? Is she looking rough? Is she looking good?
She's looking pretty good. Y'all, you missed your attack? No, you hit her, but not that much. She's definitely so far like she's stronger than the other elves. So still looking
Well, maybe
pretty. Just easier to hit.
Maybe I'll roll better this time. All right. Yeah, Levi is just he's going to actually flap his wings once and basically like channel himself up and over everyone and just land right in front of her, and he says, "Don't try to run now." And then he is going to swing his big old sword.
As you pull your sword back, she kind of throws her hands up. Fine. I'm done. I surrender.
Would you give me an insight check for free?
Yep.
For free.
Where the fuck is insight? Well,
Buy one, get one free on insight checks today.
oh, thank God. 20.
Yeah, she, from what you can tell, she still seems like she's probably going to do whatever she can to try to get out of this, but think she has recognized that her ability to escape has really diminished now that she's on the. She thought she could get away and like maybe pick you guys off, but that plan has flown by. Oh, also by the way, Delnadre, you've been readying in action. Did you have wanted to like shoot her at all, or was that more of like a protective shot than an actual just shoot anybody who's ready, who you feel like it?
That was more of like me shooting a lifeline to people who are trying to get back from the other boat, kind
Gotcha.
of thing.
Okay. So no, you don't want to take it, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Levi, your choice. You want to keep swinging? You already have one prisoner.
It's Levi. She surrendered. He doesn't have it in him.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
raged.
Levi is
You're raged.
honorable.
He stops and he drops the rage as a bonus action, and he's just gonna rest the flat of his blade on her shoulder with like the cutting edge of it like pressed right up against her neck. And can I tell like if she has some kind of like arcane focus? Does she have like a tome or a crystal or something that she's casting out of?
It looks to be her. For this sake, let me look at her picture. There is definitely one there. It's her morning star.
The mace itself?
Yeah.
She
doesn't really have anything on her body that looks like it could be something, and so I'm gonna go with the mace. Yeah.
Going to reach down and grab it by the, for lack of better term, by the shaft. And he's gonna just pull it out of her hands.
Okay. She kind of just she grabs it just a little bit and then like let's go. She's just, you all will rue this day, as she kind of just like kneels down and puts her arms down in front of her.
And he just sort of looks down at her, sort of disappointed, and he nods. And he's like, I'm sure, but you know what? That's enough. And he tosses the mace to Bita, and then reaches in his bag and pulls out a piece of cloth, which he is going to use to gag her, tying it like around the back of her head.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to pull out a rope, and basically hog tie her, not in a super uncomfortable way, but like where one piece of rope ties her ankles and her wrists and goes around her body a couple times.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Yeah. So, we'll begin to wrap things up here. So you have the Star Moth, which now that the Spelljammer has been disabled, is has kind of just begun to like list, just kind of moving forward, not really going quickly. So the Moon Dancer was able to catch back up, and now you have both ships kind of just sitting side by side. You have a total of, it looks like 6 Hadozi have survived the fight. And so let's move ourselves. Well, just save the fact of it. We're gonna move all the Hadozi over. Now
He comes flying through the hole and drops a crowbar at your feet.
Oh, actually, I'm
Rosemary just like leans over and like pats Tansy on the head. And maybe just picks Tansy up. It's like, you did very good. Thank you.
She does that bird thing where they just like hold their wings up, like "fuck yeah, I did it."
Oh. Also, Rosemary is gonna just give Bitte a big hug, big comfort hug.
Yeah,
like,
as Beta is watching Levi hogtie the priestess after sticking the Morning Star through his belt next to the Durgar warhammer that he's taken. As you like wrap your arms around him, you feel his body just like shaking and spasming up and down, and you look up and he's just got tears rolling down his eyes. As in just a look of like a look of rage that looks very similar to the abominable Yeti that we fought.
Rosemary doesn't really know what to say except I'm really scared, but I'm glad you're here with us.
The Altura, the astral elf, just pathetic, she says under her breath, as this show of emotion between two characters goes on.
She's gagged.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
She rolls her eyes from the ground.
Yeah, Levi just slaps her upside the head.
Yeah, and then stops. I will interrupt no longer. So, now you do remember that she had mentioned earlier in the fight that she'd already contacted the other fleet. Likelihood is she used the sending spell. There may have been some other mechanism within the ship. How long do you want to spend searching the ship? How long? What is y'all's plan here? It's kind of a it's rushed. Elena wants to get away, but y'all still have the got to get things back over to the Moon Dancer and then decide what you want to do with the Star Moth, and then we can move away and leave.
Ita wants them and the Hadozi to grab whatever they can and bring it over, and then once everyone's back together, Beta would ask, so which of these will be able to actually tell us anything useful?
Okay, so directing Hadozi to kind of strip the ship and come back to the Moon Dancer. They happily agree. And now, I guess, how are y'all treating the Hadozi? As prisoners or as surrenders? Or because they were, from brief conversations that you've had with them, they were mercenaries. They were hired by the Astro Elves. They don't serve the Empire of Xarxes and don't have any affiliation to what they did to your planet. It is just,
They surrendered. They don't seem like a threat at the moment. Like, morals are gray, I guess. They seem to be hired help and don't really seem loyal to particularly anyone, but if they're loyal to us right now, then they can help us.
Do you want to try to convince them? Would you like to try to hire them on as your own crew, or more of just like you're with us until we decide to get rid of you kind of mentality?
I feel like that requires some extra knowledge and time and maybe discussion with was it Elena and whoever the captain is.
Okay. All right, we'll hold that off for later, but they're willing help. They're willing to help, rather. They know where things are. They jump all over the gliding kind of across and just start to go across. There really wasn't much there besides just like their own crew quarters, which is just bedpans, bed rolls and chairs and personal belongings. Really, the only treasure they bring over from the Star Moth is food and water. They are able to bring over about 20 days worth of food and water, as well as the spell-jamming chair, which renders the Star Moth as a useless ship that is going to continue on in whatever direction it is pointing right now forever until it impacts with something.
Is there anything useful in the priestess or the captain's quarters?
That's what I was about to say. Levi would go either with someone or without to go see if he could find anything useful.
Yeah, roll me investigation.
Dell?
Hi, I'm over here though.
Well, no, at this point, both the ships are together, so you can be moving back and forth. They're like 5 feet apart.
we put a little gangplank across, and it's like a little bridge now.
Yeah. Although the
Well, I'm
Hadozi
gonna
would
go-
have suggested something that Elena is suggesting as well, that we need to move quickly because they are coming, and they don't suggest taking the ship.
Aw. But I want it.
The Starmoth?
Yeah, they do not suggest taking the Starmoth. It would attract much too much attention. They aren't.
We would need like a short rest to attune, right?
You just need about an hour to attune. Yes, so there's no guarantee that. Well, you could probably attune to it, but it's just the fact of having a Starmoth is something that.
Yeah, it's like you're driving a big ol' Imperial ship around.
Right,
Someone's got to notice
driving
that.
a stolen cop car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. How long can you hold on to a stolen cop car? It's just gonna be. It's one of those things. So, they essentially think it's like, yeah, no, they will find you and they will murder you. They're already going to be upset about what you did here, but it also is just expected casualties. What is the terminology they use?
All right. Well, if I can aid in the investigation of the quarters, I will do so.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me an investigation roll. Well done. Well done. So you're able to figure out a couple of things. Not much. It's very sparse on personal details. Nobody kept a diary or anything like that. There's just a couple of orders, really, in terms of like where this Starmoth was supposed to be in terms of the fleet. Looks like there were about a dozen more ships that have been dropping seeds across your planet over the past month or so. And this was the last ship that was supposed to make a kind of a sweep of the city or of the planet, and then report back. So that's all that you got. You get you know that the Zarxian Empire is ruled by Emperor Zaven, mostly just because there is is written by order of the Emperor Zaven. And this section of the elves are under the command of Commander Vale, Vael. Outside of that, you really cannot find much information. You know that the cargo hold of this ship was packed with 100 seeds. So that's not Zaven. 100 Stroll seed per ship. 12 ships. Outside of that, there's really not much information or belongings. They didn't keep any gold. They don't have any money. The Hadozi themselves weren't going to get paid yet, so that's something that they're going to be griping about eventually.
What kind of armor are these warriors wearing? They look about my size.
Yeah, it's a breastplate, but it's like a lightweight breastplate.
Oh shit, they got breastplates?
Like a lightweight carbon fiber. Well, it's very similar to like how it's an organic material that's like shape formed into it. Bitte, I wouldn't say they are with you. Delnadre, it's a bit more.
Bitte will take two.
What? Take two?
The Bitte will take two.
That's fine. Yeah. So that's two there, and then Delnadre, you can steal the one from the captain then.
This is probably
I'll take
shinier.
Yeah, it's also the only one left. There's no extra quarters. There were only 4 astral elves on that ship, and then a crew.
I'm not proficient with it, so I won't equip it, but I'll take it because I'm interested in the material.
Yeah, it's like organic ceramic. Carbon fiber is a really good explanation for it. So I'm gonna continue to use that. We can come up with a better name for it. Zarxian fiber. Yep.
Better than the Star Wars name for glass, which is plastisteel. No, that's transparisteel. Is glass. Something else is plastisteel.
That's a Warhammer 40K.
That's
Is it?
plastic.
And then like the armor in Star Wars is beta plast.
Oof.
Plasteel is
Gold.
synthetic steel. And then they have ceramite. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it's this kind of like shape form, like form fitting, thinner body, but I'd say Delnadre could put into it. It is a breastplate by ruling. Although I'm sure we can figure something else about that later, as it doesn't seem like they had any disadvantage on anything. Okay. So you strip the ship down. What do you want to do with it?
Blow it up.
Blow it up. Yep. Okay. All right. So
Fuck.
Yeah. All right. I will say, because I already have it open here. So what they're wearing is, we're gonna call it carbon fiber breastplate, AC 14, weight 10 pounds, but the half the weight of a regular breastplate, medium armor. Okay. So do you want to blow it up? Does anybody have anything you can blow it up with?
Can we? I mean, I know they have like ballista. Is there any way we can rig that somehow? I don't know.
You could set it on cooking oil. You could set it on fire. Exploding is more difficult than just burning it. You know what? Actually, why don't y'all ask Elena? Elena, do you have any explosives?
Elena, how do we blow up the ship?
Ah, wonderful how you ask. You take this over to it. And she kind of walks over here, and there is just casually sitting over here in the corner now a massive barrel of gunpowder. Well, gunpowder, I should say, quote unquote. It's not really gunpowder, but it is a very explosive material. Don't ask me how I got it.
It's one of those. I've been playing way too much RE4, and it's just one of those big red barrels that you can shoot, and it just blows up.
Yes, she
just
says.
Have them laying around.
Yes, in fact, we meant to put it downstairs, but didn't really get to it. Yes. It is something I picked up from your world.
We were in a big arms fight, and you just had a big explosive barrel sitting where someone could easily shoot it.
She shrugs. She's like, if it happened, it happened. That's the pirate life. Aha.
Listen, you're very cute, but we're gonna need to work on some pirate shit.
I'm the best pirate in this area.
Are there any other pirates in this area?
Not human. She says, and she starts to roll it over and then just kicks it off the edge. Does anybody try to stop her? Because at this point, she's just doing it.
Let's just put it on the other ship, please.
Just kicks it off the edge. Flapjack, run away!
Oh god.
Come back over.
Yeah.
So yeah, she gave it
before she does that. Once we've got everything stripped, I think Beta takes the priestess on the prow of the other ship, and while everyone's doing other stuff, and is just gonna stomp her chest in.
Oh shit! You're gonna murder her?
Oh really?
Okay, I like it.
You're just doing a murder?
Digging that vibe. Yeah. Says Elena as she watches you. She's just like,
whoa, hold on. Where the fuck is Levi?
Levi, where are you?
Can Rosemary see you doing this?
Bitte, I mean, this question.
He's doing it right out here. He's not hiding it.
Okay. Are you trying to kill her, or are you just trying to severely injure her?
No, he's trying to cave her chest in.
Okay. All right. I will give you, if you're doing it on the deck, I will give you one kick. We're gonna say 20 damage, unprotected. Your full weight on it, jumping down. Okay. Now I give the party the opportunity to react. Elena is all for this. I will say, she 100% is down for the "we are gonna kill them anyways" kind of vibe.
Nope. Levi would absolutely try to tackle him before he did that.
Yeah, Bitte, what are you doing?
I just want to make sure I got my crowbar back.
Yeah, like, listen, killing in battle is one thing, but killing in cold blood, Levi cannot condone.
Okay. I'm going to side with Levi and Rosemary. They're going to be able to overpower you here, Bitte, unless you choose to, like, actively fight your comrades, which I don't think you would. This is what I'm seeing is more of, like, an emotional...
Hold on, Rosemary, are you stepping in physically, or are you just shouting?
Both.
Okay.
Okay, so Bitte, I heard an there.
Yeah, Beta. So I will give him an athletics check at disadvantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could just contest a grapple.
Okay.
Or yeah, but when y'all try, he does cast Bull's Endurance on him. Enhance ability, Bull's Endurance.
Yeah, and I'm all out of rage, so I can't
So,
boost my shit.
so I'll say with that a straight roll because he's not anticipating or expecting.
Okay. All right.
Because he's very single-minded.
Roll me an athletics check, and then I'm gonna get 2 athletics checks now, or acrobatics, whichever. No, both athletics check from Rosemary and Levi. And because y'all are both ganging up on him, I'm gonna give advantages to Levi and Rosemary. So straight roll on Bitte versus 2 rolls over here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we got a 12. We got a 19. Okay, so.
Well, what does Bull's Endurance give you, Carson?
It's Bull's Strength. It gives you advantage on strength checks.
Right. But he took a disadvantage, so he basically he cast it to give himself a straight
so
roll.
Because it's what he wants to do, but I also don't want to necessarily subject people to shit.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you as far as y'all
it's a good character moment, absolutely.
I don't think anybody here has really fully grasped the severity of what has happened. Of the world is going to die.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in the process. It's still processing. It's like the eldritch knowledge. It's like it hasn't hit.
Yeah, it's worming its way in. It just happened to worm a little bit further into Bitte's mind. So yeah, Bitte, I'm gonna say you're restrained. Levi, go on.
As the two of y'all bear him to the ground, he is thrashing and roaring, and Levi essentially has to choke him out.
Rosemary is going to attempt to kind of just grab him by the face and just say, Bitte, we are not monsters. Whatever they are, we are better. You are better than this.
He's just gonna.
I know. I know. And Rosemary, through the grapple, is just gonna real big, real tight hug, as much as her arms can manage, even though she's not as strong as the other two.
And Levi, who's basically, he's got his arm around Levi and he's around Bita, and he's got Bita in a headlock, and he's just going to whisper into his ear, and he's gonna say, Bita, I know, and we will find a way to make it right, but this is not right. I know you're angry, I know you're hurt, but this is not right. This is not who you are, Bita. And I'm gonna burn my last commanding presence to make a persuasion check to get him to stop. So I'll roll my persuasion, and I'll leave it up to you, Carson.
Yeah.
Let's see. So persuasion, it's not going to be great. Well, hold on. 17 plus 1d8. 25?
Yeah, damn. So with that, instead of needing to be fully choked into unconsciousness, his growls and cries get weaker and weaker, and eventually his body just goes slack, and he just lays catatonic on the deck of the ship as it sails away and explosions ensue.
And Levi nods as he slowly stands up and he says, "There we go. Okay. All right, well, that was something. Rosemary, look after him, please."
Yeah. I was gonna say Rosemary's gonna stay with Bitte and just kind of grab for one of his hands and just hold it real tight and just be like, you're my family here. I don't know what's going on down there, but you're all I have right now. I don't want to lose you too, okay?
He makes almost eye contact, but his eyes are like dazed and dreamy and not quite there. But he does lean into you. He's just quiet.
I gotcha. Shit. Crying in the D&D right now.
Well done.
fuck.
Well done, y'all. So as the moon dancer begins to give space between the star moth, it explodes in the background. Fire is caught deep within, and it is listfully just leaving the system of the space of Toril. You get enough distance between you and the star moth, and you're right, and Flapjack is able to activate the true, kind of space space travel. You really get to go millions of miles in a second. Elena indicates to Flapjack, we got to go the long way around, so let's get out of here, take a break, and then we'll continue back to the rock. And she's going to take some time now to walk over to the dozy, but we are going to call our session here. So, excellent. Wonderful session, y'all. I know it was mostly combat, but I think you'll get some really good role-playing moments, especially there at the end. We're going to have a lot to do.
Character moments.
Yeah. I think it really is going to drive you guys home with, you have a reason now, like you really driven home your own reason of why you need to stop this. You've heard something from the Astral Elves. They said there's nothing you can do to stop it. That doesn't mean you can't take down their empire in retribution. Doesn't mean you can't see if there is a way out there. This is wild space. This is the great unknown. Like the dead bodies of gods float through this space. Likelihood is there's something out there that can assist you. Now you just got to find those people who can help you with it.
We're gonna stop it or die trying.
Yep. Well done.
Or burn the empire down trying.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then and then you go find Oral wherever she is in her celestial being, and you kill her too. Like, don't think you were getting away with that everlasting winter, damn it.
Heard you were talking shit.
Space Empire, I think we can deal with your neighborhood snowstorm.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Spider-Man goes off and kills Thanos, then he comes back and she's like, "Come on, Vulture, let's be real here. You're a bit below me now." So yeah. All right. Well done, everybody. Thank you all for listening in, whether you're doing this live or whether you're doing this through our YouTube channel. We appreciate all the love you give to us. So we are Everybody's Mimic. I was joined today by all of my characters. We'll just say goodbye, I guess, to save some time here as a group. So bye-bye.
Bye forever. Bye.
No, not
Love
bye forever.
you.